Hey everyone, and welcome back to Collective Voyage, the Dungeons & Dragons show on MTG Goldfish, where we do not play Magic the Gathering the card game. However, we are using Dungeons & Dragons, the collective storytelling game, to explore the worlds of Magic the Gathering, and this time we're exploring Innistrad, and this is a series, so if you don't know what we're on about, this is like episode 4, so I highly recommend going to episode 1 so you're not super confused on what's going on. For everyone else who has been caught up on everything, hello, welcome back. Last time we were here, last episode, we ended up with the party clearing the alchemist's basement, Siegfried's basement of these plant abominations. They found out that the alchemist Siegfried was dabbling in some unsavory arts, the arts of stitching, which is making like Frankenstein-like monsters, abominations. And then they went over to the mayor's house, which was haunted. They basically put the mayor's restless spirit to rest, to the blessed sleep. And they solved some puzzles, some music puzzles, and they finally got a holy tuning fork for their troubles, along with some other sweet loot. But there is a piece missing. Yes, it's most of a tuning fork, but one of the the
tines?
Yes, the tines. There's 2 tines, and one of them is missing. So there you go. But before they could celebrate, they had a little mini celebration. But then, immediately afterwards, there was a commotion at the front of the town of Shadowgrange, and they found that there were a lot of refugees who recently arrived. And from the brief chat that they had with some of them, apparently there's zombies. Zombies are attacking somewhere, allegedly. And that's where we left off, and that's where we're going to be picking it up. So, everyone, you went to the front of Shadowgrange, the gate entrance of Shadowgrange. You see there's about like 20, 30 refugees, all ragged, all well-worn. They're very tired. It seems like they say that they've been riding through the night to get here. They are not in the best of shape. And they mentioned that their village, their small village of Mordov, was overrun by zombies. And that's where we left off. What do you do?
Well, tell them to pull up the bridge, I guess.
Yeah,
Seems like
do we
a good
have
starting point.
town sentries or scouts or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the leaders of the village are all here. They've all been summoned, obviously, and the leaders being Priestess Flora, who's acting. She is the spiritual leader of the town, leads a chapel, and she's also the de facto kind of like mayor role because they haven't elected a new one since Ralph was murdered. There's also Captain Levy, who is the captain of the guard, the local militia in Shadowgrange. He's here as well. And then there is the grizzled elder Eckhard Sheck, who is the innkeeper, ex-Cathar, and he's there too. And all of them have like convened, and when they see you, they beckon you over and they ask you to come with them. They're going to have an emergency meeting at the chapel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know that we cleared out the mayor's house yet, so we should probably let them know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're very pleasantly surprised, and they thank you for what you did. Not only they heard about you clearing the alchemist shop, which you just did the previous day, which was
we're on a roll, guys.
which was fantastic.
Yeah, we are the Ghostbusters here.
Yeah. So they were very impressed with you, and they were going to summon you based on that merit alone. Like you're representatives of the church, which they don't have a lot of here. And you're on a very important mission. You clear the alchemist shop. They're very impressed with you, and then you drop the bomb that you basically cleared out the mayor's house, which is something that they haven't even they tried to fix and they couldn't. So they're they're quite impressed with you, and they thank you, but they say celebrations must wait. We have to figure out what this new situation is. So they lead you over to the chapel, and they lead you over to Priestess Flora's office. Okay. And they sit down, and they tell you that we've spoken to some of the refugees. They've been here for about an hour now. We're putting them in some housing for now, feeding them, clothing them, and doing the best we can to be hospitable. But the news that they bring is very dire. These are all people from the village, a small village called Mordov. It is a small village right beside the Farbog. And Priestess Flora has a little map, and she'll show you the map. Boom.
Sweet.
Hey, I've seen this map before.
It's a very common map, very popular around Stenzia. So they're from Mordov.
Okay. And they said the zombies are coming from where?
The villagers said that every once in a while a fog will come from the Farbog, and it will envelop the village, and it's not anything that is too dangerous. You know, sometimes it brings the wayward Geist, but for most of the time it was benign. But this time it was different. This time, a fog rolled in at night, and with it came a horde of zombies. Now, the refugees are iffy on the details of how many there are, but it was a lot, they said, more than at least the population of Mordov, which was maybe about 100, and took them by surprise. Mordov doesn't have much in the way of defenses. Taken by surprise, most of the people slaughtered, and the rest tried to get away. And from then, the people who got away, they traveled straight to Shadowgrange, never resting, never stopping. So they got here in a day and a night's journey.
And that looks like it's almost as far as what took us, like 2 days. Yeah. So
two full days, and then a full day and a full night. So that makes sense.
Yeah, they never rested.
They're zombies, right? Zombies are slow.
Yeah. So hopefully they should be a bit far back.
But they don't stop.
I think,
That is true.
so the Maurer Estates locate, like we can see that part of the map too, right? That's there. Mm-hmm. So, just for a heads up, we also found some information that the alchemist has moved over to the Maurer Estates as well, if I'm not mistaken, in his letter.
Oh, is that where you went?
I think it's the Maurer Estates. I'ma look up the letter.
Good idea.
And feed the dog in the meantime.
Aw, Cheddar.
Do you feed him cheddar?
Yeah. I do not. I give him some regular rations.
All right.
Maurer Estate on the edge of the lands is where he ended up going. Siegfried. So it looks like Siegfried was creating stitches in his basement. That's at least, I don't really know them very well, but Tristan identified it pretty quickly, and it seems as though that may be our culprit here.
Mm-hmm.
So did the villagers say the zombies are headed to Shadowgrange? Are we concerned of an attack on the village, or are we concerned that you can just no longer leave the village because there are zombies everywhere?
A few of them said that as they were nearing Shadowgrange, or like as they were exiting Mordov towards Shadowgrange, that they saw the zombie horde was continuing southward. And the horde moved a lot slower than a couple refugees. But
they don't stop.
The refugees, at least, are very concerned that the next target of the horde is going to be Shadowgrange.
It sounds like we need to start fortifying the village.
Yep.
Yeah, we do need to do that.
How many men do we have in our militia or army in Shadowgrange?
So Captain Levy turns to you and he says, well, we've never had to deal with many zombies, let alone a horde of zombies. This is not something that is a situation I've ever had to encounter. So with my men, maybe we have 24 militia that we can call upon.
I see.
Doesn't seem like a lot.
Yeah.
And
I know
the
that
size of this horde.
it's really difficult to bring down a werewolf. As a Kazakh, I know this. It takes like 3 to 4 people. But how many people would it usually take to contend with a zombie? Is it like a one-on-one fight to the death situation, or do we need some extra hands here?
so Eckhart, the innkeeper and ex-Cathar, he pipes up at this and he said, during my time as a Cathar, I used to do scouting missions and patrols in Gavany, which I've ran across quite a few zombies in my time, and some scabs as well. A zombie by itself is an uncoordinated beast, and a smart, trained Cathar can handle one-on-one quite easily. There's always a danger, of course, that the Cathar can slip and perish, but I would always put my money on a Cathar, a trained Cathar.
Okay. That's a good sign, I guess.
But
What about an untrained farmer
Yeah.
Yeah.
wielding a pitchfork?
a farmer that's never seen combat before
Right.
and doesn't know how to deal with an undead beast abomination, I'm not sure. But if we do decide to defend the town, we should put a crossbow, in the very least, in every able man and woman's arms.
Yeah, put them on the ramparts to fire down. Definitely pull up the drawbridge.
There's no real way to evacuate, given that Shadowgrange is the biggest settlement here, and even if we send word to the church, it'll be weeks
Right.
before
We are
the
the
army
church.
arrives. So
Yeah.
we
They would
are the
evacuate to here.
defense. Yes.
Yes, the closest settlement near us is Jeska, which is a very small village, mostly just farmers. Lamas, which is also mostly just shepherds. We have Korsava, which is probably the biggest settlement next to Shadowgrange, but it is a few days travel away. We could possibly go for that.
That's where we came from. It is...
Yeah, it would take 4 or 5 days with an entire city to travel that far.
Yeah, and there's like maybe demons around there, so we should not do that.
Right.
Well,
right, well-
none of us, save for maybe Eckhart, have dealt with a lot of undead. This is not a usual thing for Shadowgrange. We're going to refer to your judgment on how to deal with this situation, as you are probably the most capable of us.
Okay.
How do they do with water? Like, will the moat keep the zombies away from the city?
Well, the moat is quite shallow. It's mostly for drinking for the goats, and its main purpose is a deterrence from vampires. When the moon is out, apparently vampires do not like the reflection of moonlight on the water. But so our superstitions say. That's why we have a moat. But we could walk through it. It's quite shallow.
Okay.
So we definitely want to fortify the
The
city, the gates, close the gates, put lookouts on all directions, manage 24 hours, primarily north, but just in case they try to circle around.
But the real issue seems to be that even if we are able to fight off this horde, another one will just come after, and another one will come after, and then another one will come after, until we deal with
Right.
Siegfried on the Mara estate.
So
Do you think
I
it's Siegfried, or do you think it's another necromancer?
Well,
I
he
mean, the
was
Mara
writing
estate's
to-
north of Mordov.
He was writing to his cousin.
Yeah.
Maybe the 4 of us venture north. If we can make sure to fortify this well enough, leave the correct defenses in place.
Yes, I think that's what we should be doing. It's difficult to say, but the item that we found might have something to do with this as well.
the item that you were sent here for the church to recover?
Yes. Or it may help us with preventing this. We're not sure, but we did find part of it, and we have an idea on where the other part might be. But it is not in this town, so we may have to go looking for it. Hopefully, if we find it, we can
go to the Voldarian estate after, which is right up north from the Mara estate. Go figure.
We will hopefully be able to use it to end some of the out of hand things that are have been going on recently.
No, I'd have to agree with Tristan. He's kind of he is from Nephalia after all. He's kind of our Geist and zombie guy. Kind of agree with his opinion when it comes to these kind of things. I'll defer.
Well, yes, we agree that you should probably find this, if you could find the source of whatever is making these zombies and stop it, that would secure the safety of the town, at least in the near future. Right now, though, we're as a council, we're going to be focusing on this alleged zombie horde that is coming to us.
No, of course, yeah.
Right.
We should.
This horde is probably going to wipe out the village. Even if we get to the necromancer, these zombies are already here, right?
You think they're going to wipe out Shadowgrange?
Without us defending, it's basically a bunch of farmers versus a horde of zombies.
But the walls should stand against zombies. And they have ranged weapons, so they can shoot them without putting themselves in danger.
How long do you think that you can actually hold siege?
And the three look at each other, and Captain Levy pipes up. He says, "We've never held a siege before. This is new ground for us. However, I have come across zombies in my journeys, and they shouldn't be able to do anything to our gates or our walls. Perhaps they can scale the walls, but if we assign our Cathars or our militia to the ramparts, then we can shoot down any stray zombie that can make it. But if they have such high numbers, there's no guarantee."
How many fortifications do you, or how much food do you have? Food and potable water, things of that nature in town.
We could probably feed our people with rations for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks without issue.
Okay.
Well,
And
maybe
that sounds like it, right? But we try to get to the necromancer before the town falls and runs out of rations.
Hopefully, yes. If the zombies were risen, hopefully we might be able to do something to break whatever curses put upon them.
Yeah.
If they're scabs, it's a little bit different, but it doesn't sound like it based on the fact that they said they were very slow.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, the refuge...
And we might find the army as we march north.
So the other thing is we could kind of... I know
Scout
that...
it out.
Yeah, if we want to scout them out first and then have... I know splitting the party is the worst thing to do in a campaign. But if we could have some people stay back, help them fortify, maybe our Cathar can help teach the guys here and how to appropriately man the fort. I think I know my way around a horse, and so does Tristan very well. We could scout out real quick, identify the zombies with Tristan's knowledge, and then be able to come back and report what we should be doing. Because it seems like it's a really big difference if these are scabs or if these are just your regular run-of-the-mill, grandma truffle coming back from the dead. Yeah.
And Priestess Flora says that they've only spoken to these refugees for about an hour now, so they don't know all the details. And the refugees themselves said there was a fog that moved in, and they were focusing on leaving as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So the details are a little bit fuzzy. They don't have the proper numbers. It could be 100. It could be like 300. They don't know. So a scouting mission to find out what exactly they're dealing with would be very helpful.
Shouldn't take too long.
Also, I can use this. So if you guys want to scout, I can use this time to heal up and take care of some of the refugees.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
And to help make sure that the food, everything is like stored and secured and ready for potential dangers.
That may even give them some more militia members to hold out with. Cool. I mean, thoughts?
All right. I will go train some farmers.
Split the party
in the basics.
in half.
In the basics of
split the
martial
party.
combat.
Okay, so you want to fortify the ramparts. You want to scout the zombie horde. Valvius, you say you want to train some of the farmers and townsfolk. Siglinda, you want to help the refugees, heal them, feed them, speak with them. Okay. All right, and the council agrees with all your ideas, and they emphasize that they're going to help you in your endeavors any way, any actions you choose. They will try to support it as best possible. Whatever orders you give them, they'll try to issue out as effectively as possible, because none of them are especially prepared for a siege, let alone hordes of zombies. So, yeah, they go along with whatever you say, whatever actions you decide, they will follow.
Cool. The other thing is to stop giving this dog cheese. Is a really important part of the zombie preparedness plan.
You see, like Priestess Flora, like she has like a little handkerchief that has some cheese. As you say that, she kind of like folds it back up and tucks it away.
This is a clear issue that we need to delineate.
You see, like Cheddar's ears kind of like perk, and he's like sniffing at it. But the dog,
heel.
But Cheddar loves Cheddar. So that's why we named him Cheddar.
That's just going to be a hard no from now on.
Well, if you say so. It seems like you've grown some attachment to the dog, and we'll follow your recommendations from now on.
Thank you. All right. So I guess anything else we want to talk to the council about? I'm kind of good.
So what time is it right now?
It's the afternoon. I think you went to the house in the morning.
That's
you
right.
dealt with all that stuff, and then you talked to the refugees, and then you had this meeting. So I'd say it's like early afternoon.
So will you guys be able to ride out and come back before?
Well, if
before
they've
dark?
been marching the whole time these guys have been coming from Mordov, if it's anywhere, they can't be more than 2 hours ride away. Like,
Okay.
We'll go quick.
Yeah, that's the hope. Do we have anybody else that's coming with us?
It's the two of you.
Take some militiamen.
Yeah.
Two, two people may be a little.
Yeah,
A little
that's what I was
dangerous.
thinking too. Two people might be dangerous. Maybe we can have the.
There are
People are more
vampires
likely
and
to
other
roll
things out
through
there.
though. Oh, good.
So Priestess Flora says you should probably take the Moontouch sisters with you. They run the Fleeting Fox provisions, and they are
We know them.
They are basically our rangers who do a lot of the herb gathering and hunting for us as well. So of all the people in our town, they are the most capable for such a mission, I believe.
Okay.
Sure, I'm in.
Okay. So Jareth and Tristan, you're going to be scouting out ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the sisters, and then
We'll gather the sisters, let them know what's going on.
Okay. All right. So yeah, they're also talking to the refugees, trying to assess the situation, and they're eager to hear word from the council. And when you tell them the situation, they immediately agree that they'll join you as quickly as possible, and they get horses for all of you.
sweet.
Sweet.
Sweet, sweet.
Yeah, I recognize that horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very familiar. All right. So while Valvius and Siglinda go to deal with the refugees and deal with the townsfolk, getting them armed and everything. We're going to cut to Tristan and Jareth and Cheddar. Cheddar coming?
And Cheddar.
And Cheddar.
Cheddar's keeping pace somehow. We're not very sure. He falls to the back and then he somehow appears right next to the horse.
Well, there is some weirdness with Cheddar. Sometimes, like, you lock the door behind you, and you'll notice that Cheddar will just not be in the room anymore, and then he'll be outside and he'll be barking and wagging his tail, and he has, like, he's eating something and you're not quite sure what.
Have a ghost dog.
He's been doing this for, like, the past day, but, like, it's innocent enough.
This is totally normal. This is how normal dogs work.
Yeah. So, yeah. We're going to cut to Tristan and Jareth and the Moontouch Sisters first. So you ride out of Shadowgrange and you head in the direction of Mordov, which is to the northeast. Mm-hmm. And you travel for 2 hours, 3 hours, and you don't see anything. On the 4th hour, however, you see on the horizon movement, a mass of, like, gray just moving along the mountainside. It's just, like, peeking around. You just peek around the mountainside and you see somewhere off in the distance, it has to be at least, like, 400, 500 feet away, is movement of a mass of these gray humanoids.
Do we have an idea of the size of the mass? Can we, like, get some sort of idea of how many are there?
Can I, like, fire a flaming arrow at them so we can get a better idea of what it looks like?
Sure. I mean, it's midday.
Oh, never mind. So,
okay, so
I focus my eyes.
let's see how special your eyes are. Make perception checks.
Perception.
Yeah, special eyes.
My brain.
All right, 15 and a 6. So Jareth is his eyes are adjusted because he had
really squinting.
He lit a fire to get a fire arrow ready, and it's just like messed up his eyesight a little bit. But Tristan gets a good look up ahead, and he can make out that this is a rather slow moving horde of zombies. Mm-hmm. But it's not just regular humanoid zombies. You see larger figures towering in the middle, in the center of this mass. You see 3 of them. Larger figures.
Oh. Like a Goliath?
Yes.
Like a scab Goliath?
Possibly. They're so off in the distance, so you see you can't make out the details, but yes, the largest ones seem to have multiple limbs. They're towering over the other regular looking zombies, and they aren't moving in the direction of Shadowgrange. They're not moving as, like, an organized unit. They're kind of just shambling in a direction, and all of them seem to be shambling more or less in the right direction. They're kind of just like a blob of zombies.
Of rotting limbs.
Yes, but you count over 100, probably a little bit over, maybe 200, maybe even 300.
Jesus.
You can't see the back of it is the problem from your vantage point.
Oh, jeez.
All right. I think we've seen enough. Let's get out of here real quick.
We go quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. Double time back to Shadowgrange for sure.
Okay, so
this is 4 hours horse ride away, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So 8 hours will pass until
8 hours shambling time.
You'll arrive at night, and during this time, Tristan or Valvius and Siglinda have started to talk to the townsfolk, talk to the refugees. So let's start first with Siglinda. What exactly are you going to be doing with the refugees?
So I want to check all of them to see if any of them are injured, beyond being tired. And if so, like, use some magic to heal them up. So if they have, like, curses or something on them, I have, like, lesser restoration I can do now. And then also I want to make sure that they've gotten fed and water and that people are generally treating them well and they have somewhere to stay.
Okay. Let me see. How many of them are injured? You find some of them have scrapes and bruises. Some of them are just tired. 2 of them, however, are not looking very well. And you notice that there are some acolytes, some priests and priestess acolytes who are tending to the wounds as best they can, but they don't look very well at all. It looks like it will be needing more than just a few bandages. So when you arrive to them, they kind of move aside. They seem to recognize you, and they whisper like, "You're from the Church of Avison, aren't you? Can you
Yes.
help these 2? They took major wounds from escaping from Mordov." And you notice like one is like missing a hand, and one has just like is bleeding heavily through bandages in his chest.
Okay. Can I fix a missing hand with magical healing?
Yes.
Or is the hand just gone?
No,
I can't.
Yeah. Yes. I'll say it's a fresh wound.
Okay. The hand's just like kind of hanging.
Yes,
there.
it's still there, but it's like hanging.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, it's not fully amputated.
All right. Well, I'm going to kneel down and I'm going to say a prayer of healing
Okay.
for those 2 specifically.
Okay.
So I do 9 healing.
You take 10 minutes to complete this ritual of healing. And as you do this, all the acolytes, all the priests and priestesses in the area tending to the wounded, trying to feed and help them, they all take notice of you. And they all like start watching you. And also the refugees and some of the villagers also gather around as you perform this holy act. And after the 10 minutes, the hand reattaches, the limbs, the ligaments regrow, the skin covers over the wound, and the hand is renewed. The bleeding, gaping wound is closed and healed. And when the bandages are removed, you see the wound is no more. And people gasp and applaud and praise you. They say, "Praise Avison, praise this holy acolyte." Yes. And also you hear there's a rumor going around that you are also the one who cleared out the alchemy shop, which a lot of people have heard now. But now people are also understanding that you cleared out the mayor's house too, and you put the mayor's spirit to rest too. So people are gathering around you, and they say, this is the one who will save us. This is the one who will protect us, sent by Avison herself.
Oh. Okay, that's really cool.
And so the refugees gather around you, and they say their blessings. The villagers also gather around you like, she will protect us. And then going to Valvius, you move to the villagers, the townsfolk, the farmers, the ones who are scared. Do you pick any out in particular, or you just... What do you do? How do you interact with them?
Okay. So I let them know that, yes, Avison is protecting us, but we must protect ourselves as well. So anyone who's able will need to help defend the village. Children included. So I'm going to choose the big children. So maybe 10 to 15.
Okay.
They will be our crossbow people.
Okay.
Crossbows require a fair amount of strength, but not as much strength as, say, an actual bow. So we'll let the larger kids use crossbows. So we'll take them aside, and I'll have someone from the actual militia start teaching them how to use a crossbow. All the other villagers, they're going to be the front line. They'll be on the walls. They'll be holding the doors. So we find them weapons, whatever basic weapons they have. Maybe some extra swords we have, their pitchforks, a stick, anything. And I teach them the basics of combat. So I guess the basic stance and how to do a basic a basic thrust. And we train like that while waiting for our scouts to return.
Okay. So by rounding up the local militia, basically Captain Levy defers your judgment, and his role here is not only to like get every single piece of equipment they have from their armory, but also to basically send all his local militia that is not gathering all their supplies to basically assist you in whatever way they can. And he scrounges up about 100 able-bodied people who could handle weapons, not necessarily local militia, but people who are capable with martial weapons or simple weapons at the very least. And for the rest, you're conscripting village townsfolk, farmers, people who have never really wielded a weapon before. And they start like rounding them up, giving them hand crossbows, giving them bows if they have any bows, and then just pitchforks, asking them to bring whatever weaponry that they can. A lot of the villagers, however, look terrified, and like there's you grab one of the older children, like maybe 14, a teenager, maybe like 14 years old, and he has a crossbow, and he's just like looking at it, and he looks at you and he says, "They say it is hopeless."
The light of Avacyn will protect you. Just aim and shoot at the zombies, and Avacyn will take care of the rest.
Do you want to do like a persuasion check?
Sure.
I don't know which. There's a better skill for that.
Well,
wow.
The law is persuasive.
So, yeah, you tell him that Avacyn will protect him, and he seems to believe you. And he says, "You are one of the ones who cleared out the creatures in the alchemy basement, and you cleared out the mayor's house. We've heard of you. If anyone can protect us from the zombies, it must be you and your allies." And so he lifts the crossbow, like has like some shaky hands, and after firing it a couple times at a target, it seems like he kind of gets the idea at this point.
So I ask him, what's your name, young child?
My name? It is.
Random name generator says.
It is. My name's Otto, sir. Otto.
Oh, Otto.
All right, Otto. I take my holy relic that I'm wearing on my chain, and I give it to Otto. And I say, Avacyn's light will protect you.
And he like looks up at you with wonder, and he says, "Thank you." And he looks a little bit. He fires a crossbow again, but this time he has a little bit more confidence in his eyes, and he fires a bullseye. And with that, everybody who's watching you interact with this child, there's a cheer, and they say, "Avacyn's might will protect us." And like they raise their weapons, their crossbows, their pitchforks, and they cheer for you.
Oh. Well, if that's an inspiration, I don't know what is.
Morale bonus. Oh yeah, inspiration die.
Oh yeah, you have inspiration dice. Both of you got inspiration dice. I think also everybody has inspiration at this point. You just never use it.
We never use our inspiration.
You have another inspiration point, but you
we're
can only
saving
hold
for
one.
the time.
But you got it. It's there. All right. So yes, that takes up the rest of the day, and at night, Tristan and Jareth arrive with the Moontouch sisters, and you all meet up again. It seems like everybody now has a good all the villagers and townsfolk and the militia, they're very busy. They're very busy preparing. They're fortifying the gates. They're assigning people on the ramparts. They're training all these villagers. You're getting about like 200 or so people who have weapons, using them as best they can. But whenever you pass by, despite them being all busy, they say, "Blessings to you, hero of Avacyn." They all seem to acknowledge you now, and people always whisper like, those are the ones who cleared out the mayor's house. Those are the ones who are protecting us. So yes, you're all together again.
So when we regroup, we let them know about the bad news about what's coming our way.
Yeah. Just, hey, these people are fucked. We should leave.
We're not here for this. Let's just find the girl and go.
No, we have to protect these people.
No, we
cannot
definitely
leave
do. So yeah, we tell them it is a lot of zombies, and there are at least
It's
3
so many
very, very
zombies.
large scab.
Do you tell the
looking
villagers that?
I tell the group here.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't let
Probably
the
the
villagers
council.
know any of this.
So like large as in they'll just run at our walls and the walls will break large? Or
They may be as tall as the walls. Not quite sure.
They're
okay.
at the very least battering ram sized.
So you're saying the walls won't hold up.
Counted 3 of them.
If we don't,
If we can take them down early enough, it might be okay. But I don't know that I trust us to be able to take them down quickly enough for the walls to actually hold for a long time.
at least not without the proper preparations.
Well,
Which I don't know what those would be.
then should we scout ahead and try to kill them from a distance before they get here?
I mean, they're within the mass
That's a way
of
to
regular
do that,
zombies,
yeah.
and there's some number of them, like between 1 to several hundred. We weren't actually able to see the back of the mass.
Oh, goodness.
Do we have, like, borrowing from, I think, Braveheart for this one, do we have just, like, a large amount of oil or flammable stuff?
I was thinking about that myself, but
Oh, fine.
the walls might not be able to take that sort of thing if they approach the walls, and
Well, we
they
know which way they're gonna... Oh, yeah, then they're just flaming meat against the walls. Okay,
Yes,
I got you.
exactly. They also, even though the water, the moat is shallow, it might still counteract some of our effectiveness of using oil and fire in that way. I was trying to think of other ways we could try and fortify the village, trying to dig pits, but I don't think that we have enough time. Setting up some sort of spike traps. Again, I don't believe we have the time. I'm not sure what we can do here, honestly, other than just...
Are the walls stone or are they wood? I forget.
Oh, they are
They're stone?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oil
So if
might
we
be
just we got the alchemist fire from the alchemist shop, there may be more flammable things. We could just basically put all of that in the field, and then when the zombies begin to arrive, we could fire into it, and then basically light them on fire, feasibly, to get rid of the small ones and leave just the large ones. Because we know where they're coming from.
Right, we can lay a trap.
Yeah. We have an alchemist shop.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
The problem is just at that point, instead of just having an undead corpse walking at you, now you have an undead corpse that's on fire walking at you. It takes quite a bit of time for the corpses to actually succumb to fire.
But the alchemist fire, how much did that hurt? Items, fire. 1d4 at the start of each of his turns. So
Yeah.
if we go far enough away, if that would have to be like saying they walk 20 feet, we'd have to start at like 200 feet away. Then they would take at base 10 damage before they hit the walls.
Yeah, they would probably be able to.
Because they shambling.
Yeah, they would take enough damage, but that's like how many are we actually going to get to? Is the other thing.
Oh, it's fire.
Yeah,
But I mean, we have like 2 vials of fire.
I think it was 3 alchemist fire, right?
Oh, we have 3.
Yeah, we have 3. We have 2 between us, and we have a couple of vials of acid
Oh, that's right. We had 4 of the acid, 3 of the healing potion, and then 2.
and 2 of the fire. But I'm sure if we go into the alchemist shop, we may be able to just find the mechanics. There's also just oil, just as a way to like with the amount that are coming. To single fire, we're going to run out of arrows before we get rid of a quarter of the amount of stuff coming our way.
That's true.
Well, my biggest fear is we're just lighting the entire field on fire, and
Yeah.
then we won't be able to get to the 3 scabs.
Well, we'll be
So
able to see them. I know that for a fact.
we'll need a plan to strike them from afar, but we can't really go up to them in a sea of fire.
I have a feeling they would come to us.
Well, we want to stop
Yeah, I
them
know what
before
you
they
mean.
break down all of our walls.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Do we go tell the town leaders to see if there's anything else we might be able to?
I thought we were talking to the council.
Right now, we're just talking amongst ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. The council's not there. They're all like doing their own stuff right now.
Yeah, let's talk to the council. Just the council, though. We don't want to panic the
Yeah.
villagers.
Okay. Do you want to round them all up and talk to them together?
Yeah.
Okay. So you find
Yeah, back in the chapel, I would think, right?
Holly and Flora's office.
yeah. Okay. So you summon the council back to Flora's office, and after 30 minutes, they arrive. All of them arrive, and they ask you, "How did the scouting go?"
Great.
Does not look good. There are at least 3 very large scabs amongst a sea of regular zombies.
It's like a zombie apocalypse out there.
Scabs.
Regular zombies. Zombies are not regular.
Yes.
Those are the large fiends. Yes.
The lesser zombies.
The lesser zombies, yes. Yeah, they are the large ones. They all tower above the normal sized corpses.
And Eckhart's face pales a little bit, and he says, "Those might be able to hit through our gates.
That's
Yeah,
what-
we're worried about that too.
The zombies
They're-
probably could not make a dent, but we could hold off zombies in a siege situation, no problem. But large scabs, that could be a problem."
Yes. Do you have anything in the city itself that might be able to deal with them? Anything at all that you can think of that might be able to take down something that large?
Hmm. We could focus our fire on them, and hopefully with enough bolts and arrows inside it, it will fall apart. Otherwise, we don't have anything particular special that takes out large.
No, just
scabs.
random siege weapons.
No, unfortunately not. This is our first siege.
No, like hallowed catapults of the Abyssinian Empire.
No.
No?
Ooh, but Priestess
Okay.
Flora does pipe up, and she says, "The
We
wards
do have that magic ballista.
No, we put holy wards on the walls. I could check to see if maybe I could bolster them, but the magic of Avison has been fading since her disappearance.
I'll come with you to help bolster those. I didn't know you had holy ward.
Well, we had them, but apparently they haven't been very effective as of late, so they might need bolstering. We thought they were fine, and then the vampires attacked. So clearly they need a little reinforcing. But yes, I will be happy to have you accompany me and see if we could bolster them together. But otherwise, yeah, Captain Levy doesn't have any ballistas or anything that can take down a scab that he knows of. He says just like, well, we could fill the beasts with flaming arrows as they approach, and hopefully that'll be enough to take them down.
Yeah.
Can Siggy stand atop a tower and start sniping the scabs with magic spells?
I mean, we have the ramparts. We don't have any towers.
Flame.
We're a town.
Looking for a flame.
But yeah, that's all the ideas that they have.
So most of my things are going to be 60 feet away.
Okay.
So once they get close, I can start attacking, but there's not much I can do until they're nearby, other than build up protections for our warriors and our fortress.
Jeez.
So, hear me out. I'm literally getting this from an Innistrad card called Geist Catcher's Rig. What if we bundle all of our alchemist fire and all of our poison vials into a carriage, and then we place it within the horde. The horde won't notice it. We'll place it close enough to the gates to where we can draw the larger Goliaths to, and then we can just have a large explosion as opposed to just a field of fire.
I like
Which
that.
also
Sounds like it could actually work.
Explosion would probably hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how large the explosion will be, though, too. I worry about damaging the walls and stuff, but it's still the best idea I've heard so far, so.
With how big those guys are, I think that as large as we can make it might be the answer.
Okay, so you want to fill a carriage or a wagon full of explosives, essentially,
Yes.
and then leave it outside of the gates?
Not like right outside the gate, like 50 to 100 feet out.
Okay.
Where the zombies really shouldn't care about it. Mm-hmm. Like it's just another unanimated piece of something. We would just have to find a way to draw the scabs to it.
Yeah, what if
directly.
the scabs don't actually go towards it? Do we need someone to drive the cart into the scabs?
I was going to mention this part. I think that might be the answer.
Valius, that might be your calling.
That sounds like a suicide mission.
I can ward off the
Suicide
undead.
Squad?
I can ward off the undead. So I actually have a shot of making it out of that.
What about the explosion part?
Well, I'm not going to be there when it explodes. I'm going to put it by the scabs.
Okay.
And
So
try to fight my way through the
Scabs,
hordes of
yoo-hoo,
undead.
come here.
So I actually
think it's our
the
best shot.
Yeah, so we can go out and then light the fuse and just run back, I guess would be the goal.
You have to get the scab's attention towards cart.
Well, you
I
drive
think if
the
we're-
cart towards the scabs. The scabs
With a
will
bunch
start
of
attacking
horses,
it.
yeah.
I run away. You guys shoot the cart.
It's still, it's very difficult.
Oh yeah, no, it's not going to be easy, but I don't think there's anything about this that's going to be easy.
Because
we might be
if we
better
just
off
leave it
leaving
out there,
there
yeah, if it doesn't
and-
walk by it though, then that's
Right, we
the end
can
of the plan.
still at least take out a number of zombies with it, even if the scabs don't take the fire. It's still more arrows that we have for the scabs.
Yeah.
I mean, Captain
the
Levy
council's
loves
still
this
here, right?
idea, so this is going to be glorious. It works.
Yeah, do you know of any ways to attract zombies to an inanimate object? Is there like Tristan's from Nephalia and the captain has dealt with zombies before.
He will make a religion check to see if he recalls any way of attracting zombies.
Religion check, you say?
Generally,
We're on the same page.
Generally, I know the zombies were attracted to living humans.
Yeah, okay.
Usually,
That's what I was worried
they
here.
have an unnatural hunger for the flesh of the living. So, if you have a live bait, that would probably work.
Great.
It sounds like we have a plan then, right?
It sounds like we have a plan then. All right, let's start loading up a cart.
You'll be fine.
Everything we can
I'm quite
find that's
nimble.
explosive.
Okay. So you currently have 2 more plans to carry out. Siglinda is going to be helping Priestess Flora with bolstering the wards on the walls. And you also have this cart idea. The council has nothing else that they seem to have to contribute here. They're going to follow your orders. Is there anything else you want to ask them or order them to do?
How soon will the army be upon us?
Ooh. Well,
From their estimation of how fast they were moving and how far away.
so Tristan saw that they were slow moving. You probably have until the next night for them to arrive.
Oh, we got a day. That's
Yeah.
nice.
It's nighttime right now, so you'll have a day, and then they'll arrive at night.
Oh. We might
No
actually-
one knows how to bless the silver currently, right? We've figured that out.
No.
All right.
But
So-
Blessed Silver's for vampires and werewolves, not undead.
Okay, that works too.
We could actually put up some sort of spikes or
Yeah, if we have a whole day.
pits. I thought they were going to be here by like morning. So.
They're really slow.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently.
You had horses, so you got a little bit
Yeah.
faster.
You don't have to dig traps. You can just set up spikes.
Well, yeah. We could
Well,
set up-
As
maybe
like
we
an
can
angle.
just not as much a spike, but like funnels almost. Or
that's true too.
We
But
could try to direct them into one concentrated firing area.
yeah,
How would we funnel them though?
spikes and things like that.
walls and
Yeah.
spooky scarecrows. I don't know.
We could use pits to help, basically impede their movement.
And really
Yeah.
choose where we want them to go. Maybe we build a ramp?
A
So,
Ramp to what?
Into the keep?
well, I don't really want to lose law here. If we build a ramp that we can launch this card off of at them, then we don't have to sacrifice.
Wait. There's no sacrifice
We don't
going
have to be a
here.
Suicide
I plan
Squad
on
here.
coming back.
I think maybe at that point we just don't use the cart and actually just concentrate all of the alchemist fire and everything in one spot,
Oh yeah, that's a good point. No,
Yeah.
yeah, let's let them drive.
Once we knew our actual time frame, that changed a little bit. Like
Yeah.
if we had time to throw shit in a cart and shoot it, then that was a good plan. But if we have time to build up barriers and defenses, that's a better plan.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm sure we can only probably do one major woodworking project. So what would you like to do?
That is
Do you
true.
want to make like a funnel sort of situation where we just, I guess, take old fencing and string it along to where we can kind of concentrate the zombies in one area, hopefully, and that way kind of force the scabs into one area? Or do we want to try and dig pits? Or what?
I think, yeah, probably trying to funnel them as best we can is the best idea.
Yeah, I mean the walls have to be at least 3 foot high. I would think. I mean, in compelling deterrence, you can see a zombie jump over a gate, so we got to make sure they're not just like calf height.
Yeah.
Oh, the walls of Shadowgrange?
No,
The funnel.
The
Fences
ones that
that
we're
we're
going to
building.
try and
If
make.
we were to build like a funnel, like a wall. All right, so I think that may be what we do is just get.
Yeah.
I think we have enough townsfolk here that if we set every able-bodied person to something like this,
We could just overturn a bunch of carts.
yeah, we could overturn carts.
Right.
We could get fences. We could take what timber we have available, other than obviously don't want to destroy their living trees or anything.
Yeah.
But try and make spikes and things of that nature too.
The goal just to make it a lot easier to concentrate fire.
Yeah.
And then when the scabs eventually filter out of this large funnel we're creating, a funnel of death, if you will, we can then launch against them.
Yes.
A lot simpler.
That's the hope.
All right, I'm down.
So you're going to try to build a funnel in front of the gate of Shadowgrange and funnel them into...
Well,
Well,
yeah, I guess that's
the
the
gate
thing, though,
is
right?
to the east. They're coming from the north. We need to funnel them from the most likely way we're going to catch them, which means we need to funnel them to the north.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the gate's going to be less strong, and is our easiest way to let Valvius back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if anyone goes out, or if there's any more refugees, we need to be able to take them in.
Yeah, so if
Without
anything, we should
putting
just keep
ourselves
them
at
on the...
risk.
We should keep them on the north face.
Yeah, as much as possible.
Yeah, okay.
And try and block off the east face so that we can also have people escape if we absolutely need to.
Yep, to Jezza.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay, and the council agrees with your ideas. So they will send...
No matter how crazy they are.
just, well, these idiots are going to ruin everything, but okay.
So they have...
We need every cart, bar stool, table you got.
Okay, so, and with the purpose of sustaining their lives, the entire town rallies together on this purpose. So they start taking apart their houses, the furniture in their houses, and breaking it down, all their wood, and just starting to funnel all the parts in directions that they need to be in. And with your guidance, together with the militia, they start shaping this makeshift funnel on the north side.
Yes.
All right. And
well, kind of to prevent them from going to the east towards the gate.
But
So
to be as likely to catch them as possible.
yeah, so kind of like here. This is what I'm thinking. Sort of like a whoop and a whoop.
Mm-hmm.
So that way they can't get to the east face, but they're still concentrated. Is that what everyone's kind of thinking of right now?
Yeah.
Well, how long of a funnel do you want it to be?
I would
As long as possible?
As long as we can get
Start at the castle and go until we can't anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
And make sure there's always a lookout and a signal to get into the fort.
Okay.
People's lives are more important than anything.
Okay. So with your guidance and with your specifications, they start just taking all their different pieces of wood and furniture and breaking it down and making these ramshackle walls that they're tying together, that they're nailing together. And it goes out a fair distance into the field. But yeah, it's not huge or anything.
We should soak the walls.
Yeah, I wouldn't think
oil.
so. Yeah.
We should soak the walls in oil, so after the cart lights up, the entire walls will be on fire too, and it'll be a funnel
No,
of
that
death.
will put us in danger.
Wait, will it?
If you light the keep walls on
No,
fire?
not the keep walls. The funnel walls.
Oh! Oh.
And you can have a funnel of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have enough oil for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
They start gathering oil as well, as you ask, and they raid the alchemist shop for a good amount of oil.
Oh,
They find
yes.
they bring 2 barrels of oil, and then they bring another jug, this strange looking jug that has all these weird stops inside of it, and they say they found some oil inside of it as well, but it was just a curiosity to them.
Interesting.
I would love to examine this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you look at it, it's a ceramic jug. It appears to hold a gallon of liquid, has a gallon of oil inside of it, and there's sloshing sounds inside of it.
He made a bomb?
Well,
I feel like
there's all these,
this goes in the
different
cart.
colors of stoppers all over it. And the top one is oil.
I'm not a science man. I bow out of this discussion. I think Cheddar knows more about this than I do. How does Cheddar react to seeing this thing?
He's sniffing it, and he barks approvingly at you.
Okay, cool. I mean, seems like it should be fine, guys. Just don't drink it. Pat him on the head.
All right, and
Good find.
he goes over to the blue stopper on the ceramic jug, and he's sniffing at it, and then he pulls out the cork and he starts drinking.
What? No, God, no.
And you notice he's drinking. It seems like fresh water, just spilling out, but a lot more liquid than what you would think is inside it. It's spilling out that you think it could hold.
What?
And it's just lapping up water.
It's a barrel of holding,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay, I'm gonna restopper that real quick.
Okay, and you when you stop it, it stops leaking out water.
All right, this might be the answer to our oil problem. May have solved the oil puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
And one of the militia who went into the alchemy shop, they said, we found it in the basement. It was one of the things that we didn't destroy.
Oh.
That's convenient. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
May Avacyn's light purify you.
Avacyn's
take
blessings
that out of
to
his
you,
hands.
heroes. Hopefully you can use this to save our town.
Yes.
Athelson's light purify you sounds a little more like a threat.
Avis's judgment upon you, friend.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and they leave it with you. And yeah,
I guess we use that for the majority of the oil, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it actually indefinite oil?
I open up. So you said there are several.
yes, there's a ceramic jug and there's corks poking out all over the place of it,
And they're different colors?
And they're all different colors.
Okay. So the blue one had water.
Is there a green one?
There is a green one.
I'm scared of the green one.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm guessing there's a red one.
there is a red one.
Does that one look connected to the oil?
They all seem to be coming out of the same jug. When they had the yellow one, it was on the top, and they pulled it out, and it had oil in it.
The
Yellow is oil.
Yellow is oil.
Yeah,
Blue is
Blue
water.
is
There's
water.
a green one. There's a red one.
yeah. There's a
Jesus.
like pinkish one.
There's a pinkish
Yeah.
one. Pinkish one might be a health potion?
I think red
There's a
might
white
be a health
one.
potion.
There's a white
Yeah.
one?
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
There's a lot.
All right.
Okay, I'm just going to use it for oil right now. We can figure this
4, 5,
malarkey
6,
out
7,
later.
8, 9, 10. There's 10 corks.
10 different
There's 10?
stoppers.
Okay. I'm busy putting up words, but I
Yeah.
really want to check this out.
All right.
So, okay, that's a good point. Why don't we take the jug over to Siglinda on the walls who's fortifying wards? So we can look at it together.
Okay. Yeah, you take it over to the wall as
Look at this!
Said blue was water. What was the oil?
Oil was
Yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah, yellow.
Well, it seems to all be liquids, right?
Yeah.
So let's open each one and smell it, see if we can identify it. And if not, we can, if we think it doesn't smell harmful in any way, we can taste it and be able to identify the potion.
okay.
Great.
I will show you a
Okay.
picture as well because it'll be a little bit easier to parse.
Picture.
All right.
I guess we go over. We like make a little bit of a clearing, or go to a clear area.
Looks like that.
Oh, it's a jug of mystery. This thing's
Cool.
badass.
So the
That's so cool.
brown
There's a
It's my
one.
favorite magic item.
All right.
Well, this is really cool.
Chug of mystery.
So the orange is oil. The
Yellow. Is
Yellow. Yellow is oil.
yellow is
at the top
oil.
is oil.
Blue is water.
Those are the only ones we know.
What
I guess-
part- so you said there's 10 stoppers. Is it like the 8 or the 6 primary colors? Black, white, pink, brown, like crayon box. Okay,
It's a
perfect.
crayon of colors. All right.
All right.
So
I want to document. I want to just go in order so
Okay.
we keep them straight. Does someone want to take notes? Because I don't have paper or anything in front of me.
I'll
Yeah.
take notes. Someone else can open this
Yeah,
thing.
Okay.
I'm not
do
gonna
you
open
just
this.
catalog each one and pull it out?
All right, so I'm going to open the red stopper.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. I'm going to
All
just
right.
say
Okay.
that
All
you cataloged every single stopper, and you
All
did
right.
so
Nothing
safely.
explodes on us.
Nothing explodes on you.
Okay, we don't kill ourselves.
And you deduce exactly what it does.
Oh, it's an alchemy jug.
And
Oh,
in the
cool.
description, you'll see what exactly it does.
Acid.
Oh, so there's a
Ooh,
quart of
wine.
oil.
Mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and there's honey. And beer, yes.
Well, I'm a fan.
So as Priestess Flora is trying to ward the walls, and
We're all
everybody's
just looking at
like
a jug the whole
working
time.
on this funnel and practicing
Oh,
the
it's
thing. You're all
beer.
like working on this alchemy.
Wait, this is a big. It only produces a quart of oil. I thought it was unlimited supply of oil.
A quart is more than we had before. I'll take it.
A quart is not very much.
We can make it work.
Alright, where does it go? I lost
All right. So
alchemy jug.
It can make a lot of
But
beer.
the good news is
So
there's 4
it
gallons of
says-
beer. Yeah.
I know. Okay, 8 ounces of acid. That's a
It
cup
says
of
once
acid.
it starts producing a liquid, it can't produce a different one. Or more of one has reached its maximum until the next
You
spawn.
only pulled out samples.
So we can't do anything
It cheated.
except water. Well, yeah, but water. We can't. We only have water today because the dog drank.
That's true.
The dog sipped.
He sipped. He sampled.
He didn't say
Okay.
anything.
I already cheated
So
with
let's
letting you
use our
sample
quart
each
of
one.
oil, I guess.
Okay, and you ask, you name the liquid oil, and when you open up the cork, there's oil inside it.
So cool. Okay.
Great.
Well, let's lather up some walls.
Okay, so you start using that oil. You found 2 barrels of oil, like full barrels of oil, which is
It's a lot of
a
oil.
lot of oil, more than the jug can produce at a given time. But yeah, and you start just slathering the funnel walls with them, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Cool.
and they have been thoroughly soaked in oil, and they look
All right.
they look flammable.
We've soaked them.
Okay.
And then I guess we should rest and prepare the cart for Law's daring ride.
Yes. So as you're assembling that, Flora and Siglinda are going to the wards on the walls. She points at the holy symbols of Avacyn that have been burnt into each of the walls. They look faded, and she says, "I know the holy ceremony to bolster these wards, reinforce them, but I will need help, and it will take the rest of the day to do so."
Anything I can do to help.
Yes, and you can help by making a religion check with advantage because she's going to be helping you.
Nice.
Advantage. Religion.
Well, that's 21.
Yes!
So you spend the rest of the day going along the ramparts, going along the wall of Shadow Grangers, and summoning the prayers of Avacyn, the holy citations that you know so well. And as you do so, every single ward on the walls starts to glow and hum softly with golden light. And as the ritual completes, the light fades, but you see that there's just like a soft, barely perceptible glow on all of them. And once you finish, after hours of doing this, there's just like a tingly sense of security as you march along the walls that everybody else also on the ramparts feels. And Priestess Flora turns to you and she smiles and she says, "We've done it."
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe it will
And now
help
I am
protect.
exhausted, and I'm going to go rest.
Yeah. As is she. It is nighttime. All the villagers have been working throughout the day to establish the funnel, start putting up spikes on the ramparts, training the villagers. You have at least 200 people now who can at least are carrying some sort of weapon and are vaguely familiar with how to use it. Yeah, and people are posting day and night, or are watching, scouting the walls and stuff to see like the coming of the horde. So it is night. Do you all rest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I assume they're keeping people watch.
yes, they have people throughout the night watching. At least a dozen people on the ramparts on the perimeter. And yeah, when you retire, there's like an older lady that Siglinda helped earlier. She prepares food for all of you, gives you all a good meal.
Oh, thank you.
And all the villagers seem to they're busy, but they always give you a bow, they give you a little short prayer, and that is your night, and then you retire. The night goes by uneventfully for you, at least, assuming you go to sleep. You all have your own rooms in the inn. Jareth and Cheddar have one room, but when Jareth wakes up, Cheddar's not in the room.
And is the door open, or
It's closed. You have a window though.
You have a ghost
I look
dog.
out.
And
The window?
The window is locked.
Oh, great. Cheddar? Come?
You hear some barking outside.
I open the door.
It's from outside the window.
I look out the window.
He bounds forward, and then you notice that his body shimmers with like a spectral glow, and then suddenly he appears right beside you, and the spectral glow immediately fades, and he's barking beside you.
He's a ghost dog.
Okay.
We have a ghost puppy.
Okay.
I mean, we did find him
Okay.
from however long ago, stuffed in a vial of liquid, so it makes sense that he'd
Cool.
be undead.
Cool. I pat him on the head.
Yeah.
I give him some
Wags
food.
his tail, he eats it.
I say, "Good dog,"
He barks approvingly.
and then I leave and close the door.
You leave Cheddar in the room?
I lead him in the room for right now, and I go and knock on my companion's door.
Okay. You hear like a little scratching sound on the door, and then it stops.
I look behind me.
And then you hear like bounding up the stairs. Cheddar is like wagging his tail. And he's like looking at the door, and then he looks at you, and he like tilts his head.
Ghost pupper. Such a good ghost pupper.
Okay. Cool. Good boy. Heal.
He does.
Stay.
He does.
Knock on Tristan's room.
Yeah.
And,
He's already dead. Let him.
the dog's a ghost.
I'm sorry, what?
The dog's a ghost.
Your dog is a ghost.
It's a ghost! It can teleport.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
Have I heard of ghost dogs?
That can teleport specifically.
I mean, there's different forms of ghosts, but most of them, the ones that you've come across, usually are incorporeal, or if they do, have an ability to move things around and interact with the physical world, you do notice they're spectral beings. Like they don't usually look like ordinary people or ordinary creatures, and then just like bam, they become ghosts.
Ordinary dogs.
So I kind of relay that.
Okay, so it's not a ghost. Great. So now we're just at question mark dog.
Yeah.
Good.
Creepier dog.
All right. Well,
He
seems
listens to us
friendly.
and he behaves, so I think he's fine.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
But that's going
Dog
to be
teleports.
a nice big question mark in our party for a while.
Just thought I'd let you know.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Dog teleports. Let's get some food.
So you all get up.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, so.
Okay. So at the inn, they feed you, and everybody's very anxious. Everybody's very anxious. The village is alive with movement. People are still just preparing for the siege.
Yeah.
I sit next to one of the villagers that seems to know Cheddar very well, and I'm like, hey, have you ever noticed something weird about this dog?
Yeah, he really likes Cheddar. I don't know why.
Oh my god, he doesn't like cheese. Anything else?
No, he's a really smart dog. Really smart dog. Really highly trained.
All right.
Yeah.
Can just get into anywhere he needs to be?
Yeah, kind of a scamp, you know. I think I caught him one time in my pantry eating my cheddar. Little rascal. I don't know how he got in there, but you know.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Of course, Avis's blessing.
Gosh darned it. Okay. Well, brave. We have a teleporting dog now, and that's fine. I bring Cheddar and I go take watch on the ramparts for this stupid zombie army.
Okay.
The town just knew about this, right? Just didn't tell
the
us.
town was just like, oh yeah, he just pops up places.
He just gets into weird places. We don't know how, but that's fine. He's good at getting in places.
He's just a rascal.
So we have
He loves cheddar.
He does love cheddar.
he loves Cheddar.
Oh my God.
He loves Cheddar and teleporting, but mostly loves Cheddar. That's what we know about him.
So, does anybody do anything else for preparations, or just everybody just working through the day, preparing?
Do we know how long until they arrive?
Tristan estimated they're going to come at night.
Okay.
Oh, tonight. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm going to buy so many arrows.
I'm going to go drink.
I don't think you have to buy them.
Drink?
I think you could just grab them.
Yes.
All right. Valvius finds a lot of people drinking as well.
I want to go talk to the refugees and see how they're doing.
Okay.
And if any of them know anything more, now that they've calmed down, gotten some rest, gotten some sleep, if there's anything they know that could be helpful.
Okay, is there a is gather information still a thing?
I don't
That
think
would be
so.
Investigation.
Yeah, it's investigation now.
Investigation check. I would give you advantage because, you've already established a very good rapport with them.
Yes, I rolled 2 6s.
I mean, same stuff.
Okay, they don't know anything more.
You know what? You were helping
But
them
they're
for
all
like a full.
feeling
Okay, you do find one information. One, the person you stitched together, you restored his hand. You ask everybody what they know, and he's very eager to give you all the information that he has, despite the 6. And you find out that the weird thing, other than the fact that there were zombies that were attacking Mordov and all that nasty business.
His hand and I grew it back.
Yeah, there were zombies. There was 3 of these larger zombies just smashing down houses and stuff. But the most eerie thing of all was there was a teenage girl who was skipping along with them. She seemed like she was having a great time of it.
You have to kill the girl.
And the zombies didn't seem like they were attacking her at all. And she was not a person of Mordov. Like, everybody knows each other there. So
That's fascinating.
We have to kill
Thank you for
Gissa.
sharing that. Alright.
We have to ruin the entire story arc of Innistrad.
Okay, so I finished making sure they're all okay and taken care of, and then I want to go talk to my comrades and tell them that there's a teenage girl skipping amongst the zombie.
Like a living teenage girl?
That's what it sounded like, and she wasn't from Mordov.
Great. Great.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of information, just that it was weird and they weren't attacking her.
Oh, that probably means she's the necromancer, right?
But she's a teenage girl. What can she do? Oh, wait.
Sounds like it's a job for Jareth, our sharpshooter here, to pinpoint the necromancer and take her out.
I have, small lines. Shooting small children in the head, that kind of crosses one of them.
I mean,
for
she's
me
a teenager.
personally.
Supposedly, allegedly.
Teenage necromancer with a horde.
I have 2 children myself.
Yeah.
It's not like a, oh yeah, cool, go shoot that person kind of thing. I would like a little bit more information.
Yeah, I don't have any more, but it was something that was odd, and I figured we should know about it.
Okay.
So all the refugees are doing okay. A few of them have taken up arms and are ready to fight. And we're just waiting for the
zombie.
army to arrive.
Okay, so the day passes. The town is alive with activity as people prepare, and others like Valvius drink and accept whatever happens. Do you still load the wagon full of oil and alchemy fire? Is that still a thing?
Mm-hmm.
I think we dumped a decent portion of the oil on the walls, but we do have the alchemist fire still.
Mm-hmm.
Did we actually end up putting
we
in the
still have
wagon?
another quart of oil that we could put on the wagon too.
We're still going with the plan, right? Our wagon is ready to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wagon's prepared.
Also, amongst the villagers, some of them also had purchased alchemist fire from Siegfried long ago, but never used it. So pooling together what they have, you have 10 alchemist fire.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Why would a random person have bought alchemist fire?
Maybe
Self-defense.
you want to
That seems kind of suspicious.
Do you want to investigate
but
it?
No, I don't. I don't need the answer to that because they gave it up to us to protect them, so we're just gonna let it go.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna head outside the gate here and kind of just wait outside with the cart and start getting ready for the zombies.
Okay.
I'm really good at holding watch because that's literally what my previous job title was. So I'm just gonna board the ramparts in.
So the day passes, night has arrived, the weak, pale sun has set, and the torches have been lit all along the ramparts. So you don't have a great vision of the field in front of Shadowgrange, but they illuminated as much as possible, and they fired some fire arrows, I guess, onto the field a little bit ahead of them to give a little bit of extra light.
Being very careful not to hit the oil soaked.
They don't do that. Never mind. The untrained villagers do not fire arrows. Okay. All right. So night arrives. Vision isn't great right now. Joining you along the ramparts near this funnel are the Moontouch sisters, while Captain Levy and Priestess Flora and Eckhart are all just moving, patrolling along the rest of the ramparts. And they also mentioned that if you ever need to contact them or they need to contact you, they'll send a runner, and you can send a runner to them as well. Basically, anybody who's just on the ramparts.
Probably the younger
that
are available as runners.
Yeah. And so Captain Levy is going to be on the gate. You're on the north wall. And let me move your characters. Give me a second. All right. We're back. And it is nightfall. And the torches are lit. And you hear only the stillness of night for a while. But then you start to hear something.
Oh no!
I'ma zoom out.
Wait, I'm not on the ramparts.
Where are you?
I'm on the wagon in front of the gates.
Yeah.
There you are. Wait, actually, I need to...
Where's my wagon?
Isn't the wagon behind the gates? And then we're gonna open it for you, maybe?
Probably better not risk
charge
opening
out
the
with
Stop the
gates.
music for a
Probably just
second,
stand
though.
outside.
Loading.
Oh, there's music? I can't hear.
I was adding a little bit of...
It was just about to
ambience.
start,
Yeah.
Got it.
Let me zoom out. All right, I'm just going to edit this part out.
Oh, cheddar.
I'm just going to edit this part out. And you can move Cheddar, by the way. You're controlling Cheddar, not me.
That's awesome.
Come with me, cheddar. We're just gonna put you all the way back here out of any issues.
Which side?
And then you're gonna teleport back up.
Teleport.
All right, how far do you want to be, Richard? Well, you just move wherever you felt you wanted to be.
Valvius will stand about here, waiting for the oncoming onslaught.
Let me find you a wagon.
I do need a wagon.
With the
Yeah, I
carriage.
do
Yeah.
need the wagon, or this will be all for naught.
Here you go. I got you. I do not.
Haha.
Oh.
What?
Yep. Yours is a lot better than mine.
I'll take the real wagon over the triangle.
You don't want to just random triangle.
How big is this? Oh, no. That's
Oh, that got wide. That was good.
yeah, but it wasn't proportional. There we go.
Oh,
Whoa,
And you need barrels.
a nice cart.
Look at this. Only the best. Only the best here.
And some barrels.
wow.
Look at
We're
that.
doing everything.
I
All the
love it.
stops
Doing it up
here.
right.
Barrels and everything.
It's really easy to add stuff to your play mat, your grid map when it's all digital, and you think,
That's true.
My idiot players just really randomly did something I wasn't expecting and added a bunch of barrels to this wagon, and I don't have barrels or wagon tokens.
All you have to
In real
do
life.
is search barrels, and I got it.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, wait, I
Back
need a
to-
torch. Wait, I need a torch.
This ad brought to you by
I'm taking the torch.
Roll20.
Here we go. Just the torch is lighting the area, but not setting the barrels on fire.
Okay, you found the torch because I don't see it anymore.
I took the torch
Okay.
from the guardsman.
Okay. All right. So back to where we were. It is night. The torches are lit. Valvius is ready on his wagon. This is the north side of the wall. You have the bulk of the forces are here with you. I only put the local militia as actual tokens, but you can imagine that there's a lot of villagers here. You have about 200 people who are arming the walls or just working to help defend the villages as well as possible. These are the people with equipment on. And you are waiting for the horde to arrive, and you don't see them at first, but you do start to hear them, or you start to hear something. And the Moontouch sisters are with you as well, and they have been known to have the best eyesight in the village. And they're peering out along the valley, and they say they're here, they're coming. And everybody else, they're just squinting in the darkness.
Yeah.
Valvius is squinting in the darkness.
Gonna.
We give Valvius the sign to ride. To launch.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, aren't we gonna wait until we can see the scabs? Because isn't that for the big
Yeah.
boys?
Do you guys see the scabs yet?
I
Ask
do
the
not know.
ask the
I don't see anything.
ask the Moontouch sister nearest me.
Do you see some? Yeah, I see some big old
They
boys.
say we see two of them. Large creatures
Two.
at the front. Oh man, there's at least 100. Maybe 200. They're moving. They're coming
Any
forward.
small teenage girls? I guess.
They're like looking around, they're saying no.
Okay, good.
No teenage girls.
Does it seem like the funnel is working yet? Or are they that close yet?
They're moving. Yeah, you only have like 100 feet of funnel, I would say, and they're shambling forward, or at least that's what the sisters are telling you.
How many feet away are the scabs?
500.
Oh,
They're closing.
they still got some distance.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess.
and you start to catch a little bit of their figures in the moonlight now. It's silhouettes that can be seen, and you see glimpses of these graying faces. And as they start to approach the wall, they're getting closer and closer to Valvius.
I guess we let the
Yes.
Cathars know that once they see anything that is not Valvius to fire, right? There's no reason in waiting.
Well, we only have so much ammunition.
And the Moontouch
Yeah.
sisters are knocking their bow, and they seem to be focused on something. They said they're closing, they're moving into the funnel.
Okay. We should
And-
probably go, right?
And
Yeah.
Valvius, do you see anything?
Oh no!
Do I see anything?
Yeah.
Yep.
I see something in the darkness. I can't see what it is.
Well-
it's just out of range.
And the Moontouch sisters are now, like, they shout. They say, Valvius, they're coming.
Go.
All right. I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good on myself to
Okay.
ward off anything. And how do I move
And
the
so-
card?
Oh, undead. Smart.
Benefits.
Oh, this
Wow.
Oh. Well, there you go. Go for it, my man.
So
That's why we sent him out.
that's
Okay.
why I'm here. I can't move my cart though. How do I move the cart with me?
Strength check? Are you pulling the cart by yourself?
Don't we have horses on the cart?
Yeah, no, you got horses, my friend.
Yeah, you have horses.
Yeah. All right.
And so you cast a spell
guess-
and you start pulling them towards you. And they're moving forward.
This cart is slowly. Oh,
No.
Jesus.
okay.
The figures are closing in on you, and as they notice you amongst them, the horde starts to close in on you, or at least some of them start to close in on you.
How is the horse situation? Have they caught up to me yet?
Yes.
Is the cart behind me?
I think he's saying he can't actually move the cart on the map.
Yeah, I can't move it. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. So I give the team the signal.
Okay.
The cart is in place.
Yeah.
So you move the cart in place. The
Run!
the horde that you see in front of you seems to recognize you, or at least some of them seem to recognize you and start to move in your direction, start to swing, especially the large scab in front of you that you can see clearly now as you are face to face with it.
All right. So are we in combat now?
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna throw down a rope and tell you to run this way, my friend.
When can I take an action?
The front two look like that.
Nope.
Ugh.
They're scabs, all right.
Yeah, I will say this is the first turn, and Valvius, you can do something.
All right. I am going to use. Can you guys see it? There we go. Channel Divinity, turn the unholy.
Ooh.
I can censor fiends and undead. Each fiend and undead that you can see or hear within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. On failure, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
Okay.
Are you going to roll like 200 dice?
No, I'm going to do it in chunks. Wow.
They've come and knocking on
That
your
is-
door.
Very effective. Okay. So you see one of
Yay.
the large abominations seems to recoil away from you, and it looks like it starts to move its body in a direction away from you. And then I'm going to do for a whole bunch. Let's just say 5 of these.
Repulse undead. I'm gonna rename the spell.
All right, and then another 5 zombies and skeletons to your left seem to move away from you as well. And now let's do right side. Oh my goodness.
I'm invincible.
Yeah.
You better
And
light
you're
that
paladin
fucking run,
playing
my
against
friend.
the undead, so you're.
So
okay.
you see about 15 of the zombies and skeletons are running away from you. One of the larger scabs are moving away from you. That's a sizable amount of the front flank of the horde are turning away from you as you hold up your holy symbol. But the large scab right beside you is not turned, and it swings its fist at you. It's leaden fist.
All right.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage?
With
Yeah,
disadvantage.
that's what the-
Protection from evil
protection.
and good.
Oh, it's okay. And it swings its massive fist down at you, and it smashes and it leaves like a little miniature crater right beside the ground beside you.
Oh goodness.
Looks like the ground got hurt, but not you.
Well.
You're fine. But yes, you see directly in front of you, there's just a swarm. There's just a swarm of undead. Many of them at the front have been turned away from you, but many more are coming. Like the ones that are moving back away from you, just others are taking its place. Their places.
So I'm getting out of here.
Okay.
I'm going to disengage. I don't light the fuse. You guys are lighting the fuse, right? Did we talk about our plan?
Oh,
Yeah, we're
Yeah, you guys are shooting it.
okay.
Okay.
I'm a
Otherwise,
shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to get out of here.
So you have
I've got a rope for
you
you.
have a bunch of the trained militia with fire arrows and on your signal, they'll shoot.
All right, so
Let him-
once I'm
let
a
him
bit
get
clear of the
behind
cart here,
Okay.
I give them the signal.
And we're pulling on the rope while
I
he's
have the
Oh,
torch,
yeah,
by the
yeah.
way.
Yeah, we're like,
Fast.
You
And
prepared for this.
And I've headed over
Oh, yes.
to Jareth and his rope here.
get up.
All right.
He's really heavy. He's got
I
plates.
got the plate mail. It's taking a bit.
This front side of the horde, the zombie horde. Oh no! The front side of the zombie horde continues to advance, and most of them at least advance. The ones that back away, some of them back away, some of them move forward, but the ones that do back away, they're just replaced by more. And when Valvius gets up on top of the ramparts, you make the signal,
I make the signal.
Oh yeah.
and 5 fire arrows manage to hit the mark. And there's a massive explosion. Well, not massive, a big explosion. Boom. And the undead in the nearby vicinity, at least like within 30 feet, roll. Valvius, roll 8d6.
Yes.
A lot of coin
Oh,
flipping
yeah.
there. It looks good.
There is a large explosion, and the large scab is severely burnt, but the others, they just get torn to shreds by the explosion, and the fire fully engulfs them, and at least like 30 or so of the zombies just fall to the ground motionless.
Yes.
And as that happens, more of them start to funnel in.
Did our funnel catch fire?
Speaking of the funnel.
Okay, so not that.
Late
Yeah,
explosion.
you light the funnel on fire, and again, a lot of these zombies are catching fire, and you think at least another 40 go down. You probably have like 70, 90 of these zombies just getting funneled in and catching fire and taking damage, and some of them falling.
All right, so we should focus fire on the big scabs that could take down the gate, though. I think is our goal
Yep.
right now.
So, do we have an initiative?
Yes,
order?
let's do initiative
So we
now.
get turns.
All right, let me click on my character and then click the initiative button. Jared.
Initiative.
Hey, look at those
Wait,
numbers.
let me clear.
Yeah.
No,
What?
You can put it in manually. You can put it in manually.
Are we
Sorry.
ready? Can I
I'm
click
good.
it?
Yeah, you may click.
Or how do I put it in manually?
Oh, oops. I forgot.
I can adjust it for you.
I always forget to
Okay,
click
so
on
I'll
that
just
person.
roll, and then you can make it a 19. Although I rolled pretty well again.
There. Descending. Okay, excellent.
Click on my character's token first.
So the battle has commenced. The wagon has been exploded. Valvius managed to get away unharmed. And
Yeah.
about 70, you think, about 70 of the horde have fallen to the fire, the ravages of the flame. The large one is singed and is hurt. But the other one is starting to come back as well. Caught a little bit of the fire as well. And now it's coming back. And it seems intent to move towards the wall. And as a lot of the horde falls, more take its place. And they move forward.
Oh dear.
Cool.
All right, now it is Jareth's turn.
All right.
Oh, and because
gonna-
you did light the funnels,
We can actually see, hopefully.
We should be able to see
Yeah.
it.
Cool. All right. So, real quick, we can only see 2 large Goliaths,
Yes.
correct? All right. That's an issue. I'm going to use my action to cast Hunter's Mark on this one here.
okay.
I can't really select it, but the one closest to me that's within range to cast Hunter's Mark on.
This one?
Yeah. That's the one. How do you do that?
Press or click and hold.
Oh! Yes, that one. I'll cast Hunter's Mark on that one.
That only gives you benefits, right? Not the...
Yeah,
allies.
so... Oh, sorry, that's the damage for it. Basically, for a target within 90 feet, that whenever I deal damage to it, I get to roll an extra d6 of damage.
Okay.
And then if that target perishes within the hour, so it lasts for an hour, I can then transfer that to another target within range. So
It is marked.
It's marked.
With your bonus action.
And then I'm going to shoot it with a longbow. Because, welcome to how to rangers work. I'm not going to send the dog out there. That seems mean. So I'm going to shoot it with a longbow. 16 to hit?
Definitely hit. It is a huge target, and it doesn't seem to be...
All right, that's 10, and let me roll Hunter's Mark as well. 13 in total.
13 damage. All right. And you fire another arrow into it, and it takes the impact, and it seems to move a little bit slower, but it's intent to reach the wall.
Is this the one that got hurt a lot or hurt a lot?
It's the most hurt.
Okay.
And now it is Siglinda's turn.
Okay, I can just barely reach the other one. This one here. So I am going to cast Sacred Flame on it. We're going to have a lot of Sacred Flame coming down from the heavens, guys. DC 13 or take 4 damage.
Okay. So, the headless scab tries to dodge, and you hit a pillar of holy flame, just smacked it right headless on, or head on, whatever, and it takes it takes the damage, and it is more singed now.
4 points. Holy
It's
fire.
Tristan's turn. What do you do?
I don't actually own any ranged weapons of my own. Can we say
Don't you have... Did you take either of our Alchemist Fire or the Vials of Acid?
I do have one of the Alchemist Fires.
If you don't have a ranged weapon of your own, you have a ranged weapon from
Yeah, I was going to say I probably
From
just
the
have like a simple
keep.
bow. Does that sound right?
a bow
We did
or
arm everybody after all.
crossbow or something. So like you have whatever you need. There's no way the heroes don't have the equipment.
They were provided with basic necessities. Yeah.
Is a crossbow a simple weapon? I think if it's a simple weapon, I just have it.
I think you have it.
Yeah, it's a simple range weapon. Okay, so I'm going to use that then. And I go up to
Yeah, it's a simple weapon.
the edge with my companions here, and I'm just going to fire standard bolts. So is that just straight 1d20? I think
Is it the hand or the light?
the light.
I think it uses dexterity too.
Well, and you gain
Light crossbow is 1d8 damage, piercing, standard, 8320, ranged.
Yeah.
and you could add your
Yeah.
proficiency since you are proficient.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
So roll d20. Just randomly rolled. I would have needed to add so proficiency plus 2, I guess. So 7.
And also your dexterity bonus.
Oh, so 9.
9 hits.
All right. So
It's hard. It's a
okay.
hard target to miss. It's also on fire
Yeah.
now, so it's illuminated.
8 piercing. There we go.
So 5 damage total.
Yes.
All right, and another bolt hits his body. It kind of braces the impact as best it can, and it just keeps lumbering forward. But it's starting to start to fill with fire marks and bolts and everything like that. It is slowing down a little bit, but it's still going. It's quite big. Do you do anything else?
I don't really think there's anything I can do because I moved and then I fired, so I don't have any bonus actions that I think are going to be relevant. So yeah, I'm done.
Okay, it's Valvius' turn. Just reach the top of the ramparts.
All right, I'm gonna pick up one of my javelins, which I have.
If you hide, you might get sneak attack. Sorry. Tristan.
When he comes closer, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Can we attack from where we're standing?
Because if he doesn't know where you are, then you have sneak attack.
If I gain advantage is when I get sneak attack. So
Right, and if you're doing it from hiding, then you have advantage.
Yeah. Can you bonus action hide?
I guess I could do that.
That is my go-to with my rogue.
Nice.
So you should be able to hide, pop out of hiding, and so then they're surprised whether you have advantage, and then you get sneak attack damage.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I will do that then.
Yeah, their passive perception can't be very high.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it
doesn't have a
massive
head.
combat right now. Mass
Yeah. Right.
combat.
Also without a head.
Yeah, that's poor sight, yeah. All right, it is now Valvius' turn. So Tristan hides amongst the other defenders.
All right. So I will take the javelins, which I have stowed up here, and throw it at the closest scab.
Oh, that probably hits.
Yes, absolutely.
hits.
Nice.
Okay.
I mean, you hit it. You get it. Yeah, it's a javelin sticking out. Oh no. Alright, that's fine. Alright. Okay. Is there anything else you do?
So how tall are these scabs? If they come to the wall, can we hit them?
They're about 10
with
feet
melee
tall.
attacks? How tall is this wall that we're standing on?
About 20 feet tall.
Okay.
Or
So no.
Yeah, they're the top of them probably would reach the top of the ramparts. I would say they're probably a little bit taller than 10 feet. They're probably like 15 feet.
I'm gonna pull up the art for Scab
Okay.
Goliath.
All right, I'll just hang
Maybe
out here
10.
for now,
I
but
don't know.
I feel soon enough we're going to have to go down to the gate.
Oh yeah, Scab Goliath is like at least 17 feet.
They're pretty big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you move. And then at the end of the turn, the defenders on the ramparts, the militia and the people you've armed with crossbows, they also take their turn to fire at the first scab as ordered to. And they deal... All right, they deal a good chunk of damage. You see them all focusing their fire as much as they can onto the first Goliath as the Moontouch sisters are barking orders to do so, and it's now filled with arrows. It's still up, but it is not looking good at all, and it's like it's dragging itself to the gate. But it does eventually lumber and reach the gate, and it swings a massive fist. It smashes, or not the gate, sorry, the wall. It smashes against the wall, and you feel the stone shake and some of the rubble falling down. It hasn't breached it, but it is starting to make an impact on the wall. And you see the other one also moving forward, and you see just the mass of undead moving forward as well.
Ugh.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
All right. Well,
And the zombies kind of like just flail at the wall, trying to grab it, trying to scale it, some of them, but they're not that. It doesn't seem like they're moving with much of an intelligence. It's more of a need to get to you. And that is their turn. They smash the wall, they reach the wall, and now it is Jareth's turn.
so I'm going to come over here, pretty much right atop the gate, and fire on the scab again. I don't see there being another real great option in this situation. 12 to hit,
hits.
which I assume hits. Dealing 11 plus 1. 12 damage.
12 damage. All right. And it is barely hanging on at this point. It, like, one of its limbs, one of its arms has gone limp from all the arrows that have been poking out of it, and it's just smashing with its one good fist. But it's barely hanging on.
I move over to these guys over here.
Okay.
And just kind of offer them some words of encouragement and have them direct their fire more at the scabs
Okay.
than the rest of the zombies.
All the militia are definitely firing at the scabs. Some of the others are getting a little bit scared at the zombies that are approaching, and they've been shooting, but you direct them appropriately. So they're going to do that next round.
All right.
Cool. And then it is Celinda's turn. What do you do?
Holy fire rain down upon the scab, trying to punch through the wall.
Nice. 2. And you singe it.
Dose.
What?
It failed.
I just didn't hear what you said.
The holy flame singes arm again that is trying to punch the wall. But it's still barely holding on.
Yeah, because I rolled a 2 out of 8.
It is now Tristan's turn.
All right. So I guess I'm going to fire on this scab that's actually at the wall. I'm trying to figure out if this actually works. Yeah, I think I can do this, and then I have to move to a new location without being seen to actually get the bonus. So, alright, but I'm just going to fire my crossbow, and I'm guessing that because I used my bonus action to hide,
Yeah,
that I get the advantage now?
You do.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hey, that's a crit.
That's a crit.
Whoa.
Crit! Yes!
That's a lot of damage.
So you're shooting at the one at the gates?
Yeah, the one at the gate.
All right.
So the top part is just the sneak attack, because the sneak attack does go up to 2d6 at 3rd level for rogues. And then the bottom is the 1d8 plus 2 for each of the 2 rolls for the crit.
Very nice. How do you want to end the scab?
I was going to say.
Yeah. So I pop up out from behind the wall and fire as I'm trying to move and reload. And so I fire it's headless. So I'm going to fire it right under its rib cage and then start my move as it's falling.
All right, and it seems like you struck something vital, because as you fire into its rib cage, it like tries to hold its wound, and then it just topples over.
Is he now rough terrain?
I guess so. Yes.
Yes!
Oh, the walls don't quite line up. Okay. So I'm going to move and use my bonus action again to hide.
Okay. And you hide amongst all the people who are holding on the wall. All the militia, and it doesn't seem like any of the undead notice you. So,
all right. So yeah, that's
Infinite advantage, infinite sneak.
that's it is.
You're just lost in the massive combat. Everybody's firing arrows. Undead are attacking.
I think that's it. As long as I keep moving a little bit, I don't think I'll have a problem. I don't think this sort of thing really works in like melee, because obviously you have to break like line of sight, and they can't be aware of you and stuff. So,
but you're on the ramparts. You can duck,
exactly.
You can duck for cover easily.
So yeah, I'm gonna go around, use my cunning action to hide as a bonus action, and reload my crossbow.
Okay.
I'll be done.
It is Valvius' turn. The first scab has gone down.
All right, wall check.
Yeah.
What's happening with the walls and the lesser zombies?
It's taken the wall that the scab has hit has taken a little bit of damage. You're pretty sure if it keeps hitting the wall, then it's going to go down.
But the lesser zombies, are they at bay, or are they scaling the walls, or what's going on?
Some of them are scaling the walls, but the ones that do, or are smart enough to do so, are being repelled by the defenders.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just throw a javelin at this other scab then.
Okay. That is not enough.
How do I miss a giant, massive meat?
It goes a little
question.
bit wide.
That's
You
my question
aimed
for
at
you.
its head, but then you realize shortly after it doesn't have a head.
There wasn't one.
It is
Just on instinct.
It is now the zombie's turn, and they move forward, and it takes its fist and smashes. It walks over its other scab comrade and smashes the wall. And Tristan, you feel like the rubble, like the stone beneath you, start to like fall down and turn into rubble.
I don't like this.
So make a dexterity check as he smashes the wall directly that you're standing on. Okay.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
still had advantage on, but 17. would
Yeah, both of them are absolutely fine.
Okay.
So you manage to hold your balance, but you know that it's like the part of the wall that you're standing on is starting to give way to these punches. And then the other zombies are moving forward as well. They're trying to scale the wall as best as possible. And again, the militia that have been directed to shoot at the scab do so, and the ones told by Jareth, the farmers and stuff, to fire specifically at it, do so. And they do another barrage and take off a significant amount of the creature's vitality by doing so. It's just like littered with arrows. And now it is...
That's like a big old
Yep.
pincushion.
And it's top of the order.
So when the previous scab died, the Hunter's Mark transfers.
Yeah.
So for a bonus action during this turn, I'll transfer it over to this guy here. It's the same type and stuff, and within range. And then I'm gonna flippantly say, "Hey guys, watch this." And I'm gonna shoot it with a crossbow. And that's gonna be a 21 to hit, which hits. Which is 8 plus 6.
Nice.
So that's 14 damage.
All right.
the big guy.
You fire another arrow into its chest and it staggers a little bit, but then it lurches forward and again readies a fist to hit it, but it's not looking good at all.
At this point, I'd also like to just kind of scan the surroundings and see if I can see or... So actually, I'm going to call out to the sisters and ask if they can see the third scab we know exists.
All right, they will do that on their turn.
Okay,
So,
cool.
but they hear you and they start looking.
Good.
All right, it is Siglinda's turn.
Wait, Sacred Flames says I can do up to 2 creatures within
What does
5 feet.
Siglinda do?
I'm going to call...
Oh, Jen, your mic's muted.
It shouldn't be
Now it's
muted.
muted.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Oh, there it
Sorry.
is.
There you are. Hey!
So, I was just reading the description of Sacred Flame. It says up to 2 creatures within 5 feet.
Ooh.
Fun.
So that must have, like, leveled up or something? Because I don't remember that from before.
I think it does level up like that, yeah.
So I'm going to shoot Radiant Flame here so that I'll hit both of those guys. Is that how that
Sacred
works?
Flame.
I'm going to just...
I don't think it hits 2 things. Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. Succeed a dexterity throw or deal 1d8 damage. The damage increases when you reach 5th level, but it shouldn't hit 2.
Okay. My description has... Oh, it's filler text, like suggestion text.
Oh.
Okay, never mind.
So I'm just going to shoot the big
Yeah.
guy with some Sacred Flame. Sorry.
It will try to dodge again, and it's not very good at it. Boop.
No, it's not.
It takes the damage, unsurprisingly. And again, you severely burned it with this holy flame.
There's no skin.
It is barely hanging on.
Okay.
And now it's Tristan's turn.
All right, I'm gonna jump out from my hiding spot, like pop out, fire the crossbow down at it directly from above, and then skedaddle away from this very damaged section of the wall. So
Okay.
I would have had advantage, but I still rolled a 23.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's roll again just to see in case I get a crit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always worth
All
it
right.
to roll that second die.
So I got the 23.
You got it.
All right, so no crit, but we're going to do this. All right, so 18 total.
How do you want to?
Nice.
How do you want
How do
How do I want to end this other one?
Yay!
I'm going to fire right down into, I assume Siglinda's like burned off part of the stump neck thing, so I'm just going to fire like right down into it, into its internals, internal organs, and then,
Ew.
yep, we're playing by the fun rules. And then I'm going to move and reload my crossbow.
And
And
yeah, you deal a lethal blow into its organy parts,
Chest
and it
cavity.
goes down.
Yeah.
Organy parts.
And it goes down.
organy
There's a small
parts is
cheer
great.
from the defenders as again they have a brief victory
Yeah.
and continue firing down at the other zombies and skeletons, and the skeletons are also firing some arrows back at them.
Oh, okay.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's...
Huh.
I kind of yell over to Jareth, weren't there 3 of these things?
There was 3. I told the sisters to look.
Well, it's Valvius' turn.
Okay.
So, can I see the little teenage girl?
Make a perception check.
Oh.
Looking through the horde, the mass of zombies, you do not see a teenage girl frolicking with them.
So, I guess our wall is still in good shape. I guess that little part is damaged, but I guess I'll just throw a javelin at this random zombie in front of me.
Okay.
Since I guess we gotta start mowing these things down now.
Alright. So, side note. We're going to shoot zombies until they're gone.
Yeah.
Or something else happens. Would we like to fast forward through this and not have to actually shoot each zombie? Or do you want us to go one at a time?
Let's say you throw the javelin, and now it's the sister's turn. And they were scanning, and they do notice where the last scab is. It's a larger one than the other two.
Is it behind us?
And it's at the gate, and they say, it looks like it's smashing down the gate.
Wait,
How did it
which
get
gate?
there? What?
Our gate?
Well, there were only two of the scabs here, right?
So it's,
Right. So the other one got around our barricade to the east.
so it's on the east gate.
The main entrance.
Yeah.
How long will it take us to get to the east gate?
Maybe 5 minutes running.
Well, we
5
gotta
minute
run.
run? Holy crap, that's a long time.
I guess our only
I mean,
options.
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
3 minutes if you're fast.
Well, obviously, like they're not going to be able to get in over here. This area is safe, so we should just book it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run down. If there's any horse or anything within reach, I'm gonna grab it and ride. Otherwise, I'm just gonna run. Hoof it myself.
There's militia at that gate as well,
Yes.
right?
There are.
Okay, good. So we should leave these guys
Okay.
here then. I was gonna take some, but
Yeah.
if there's people there, we're gonna.
So the
I think
militia
we're-
hold the fort here and start shooting down the skeletons and the zombies that are trying to scale the wall. But the two large scabs are gone. And you start moving over. You think it's about 5 minutes, but with the... Let's actually see if you could go a little bit faster. Make a...
With all our
like an athletics check.
Nope.
Wow. We are not very athletic.
These
Valvius
youngins
is ready to go, though.
Panic in the chaos
Yep.
of war.
Valvius is ready
No,
to
I'm
go.
not panicked. I'm just wearing really heavy armor, and I'm not like really that used to it yet. It's only been a couple of weeks.
Okay. With Valvius coaching you all, you make it in 4 minutes instead of 5. So you get a little bit of extra time that way. And then, as you approach, you weave your way through the road towards the main entrance.
Okay.
Oof.
Whoa.
Oh, great. This got
And
worse.
now, I can't fill the entire map with enemies and fighters and all that combatant stuff. So it's a little bit of theater of the mind, but I want to have something on the screen for the sake of like viewers and whatnot. But
Sure.
let's just imagine it more of like a play like a play's mass combat. You guys are on the center stage, and the battle rages in the background with you, and it can impact you in certain ways. But the focus is still on you. It's not like mass combat rules. It's going to be
Sure.
still your rules. So you're running towards the main entrance. There's fires lit. You see local militia and villagers are fighting hand to hand or at range with zombies that are pouring through this breach in the gate. And they seem to be preoccupied with their own fight, but you notice that there are more coming through the gates, the entrance over here.
Can we see the Goliath?
No. But you do see a smashed gate.
So it's in town, probably.
Or it's been taken down. I mean, they knew to attack it first, so they probably still tried, even if it breached through.
Yeah.
But you see, you're passing by local militia and priests, and they're fighting off zombies themselves. And some of them, when they notice you, they shout, "Can you hold? You have to hold the breach. We have to bolster it."
All right. Who else has the alchemist fire?
I thought
I
we
think.
loaded it all onto the cart.
I think it was the three of you.
We did load it all
Yeah,
onto the cart.
I'm pretty sure we loaded all the
Oh.
alchemist fire onto the cart. I think we have the. If you have an vial of acid, though, we do have that. Acid didn't make much sense.
Yeah.
So we sold the vials of acid if we have, and I know that I have one vial of acid.
I think we
And shambling
traveled.
through the breach are 4 zombies.
All right.
And behind them,
Uh-oh.
It's a man or skeleton.
2 skeletons.
Or just some good old skeletons.
With no scab.
Before we initiate combat, I'm gonna look at Cheddar, and I'm gonna say,
Oops. Not that.
find
Get 'em.
find the big zombie.
Okay.
Does he understand?
Yeah, he seems to nod to you.
Okay, and let us know where he is.
That's so good.
And I tap him on the head.
Give him
And
a
he
piece of cheddar.
Bolts. No.
Yes, do it.
I give him a piece of
He
cheese.
wags his tail, he eats it really quickly. He nods to you and he runs forward, and you see he's sniffing. He's a bloodhound. He's sniffing around.
Yeah.
He looks beyond the gate. He runs at the zombies, and then you just see his form turn into this spectral blue, and he disappears.
See, I told you, ghost
Yeah,
dog.
ghost dog.
Ghost dog.
Huh.
So he just
Really was a
he
ghost
moves
dog.
forward. He looks past the breach, and then he just
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's fortify the breach
Yeah.
then.
Let's do that thing.
I'm guessing these guys don't see us, so do we get a...
Yeah,
I'm guessing a surprise round is probably a bit much, but I guess we should roll for initiative or
we
something.
can just keep new initiatives. 1 second, I'm going to clear it. Clear all turns. Okay.
Ready?
Aha!
Ooh. I was the slowest runner, though, so I guess that makes sense.
I'm not paying attention to anything.
Nothing.
You both are still distracted by the fact that a dog turned into a ghost and ran past a bunch of zombies.
Yeah, I know. WTF,
And
man.
teleported.
It's a ghost.
All right, so
Yeah, that's not
Jareth, you get to kick things off with something
Yes.
special. Oh, I should have had that immediately.
Yes.
You will be the first to roll some influence dice. Roll 2d6.
Influence dice.
And let's see.
Okay.
Let's see what how many sixes you get. Like roll them separate.
2d6 rolled.
None.
None. 0 of
Okay.
the d6.
Great. All right, that's good. And then I will roll 2d6. Oh, sorry, 3d6.
You
Ooh.
get 3, but we get 2.
Okay. So as you're moving past, there's Cathars fighting zombies and skeletons, and as you're moving past, just like in the midst of combat, one of them comes from the backdrop and just slams Jareth in the back with a like a leaden fist before it joins
Ow.
the fight with the Cathars again, and you take 4 damage.
Not cool.
This kind of comes
Okay.
from the background, hits you, and then it goes back to its fight. All right, now it's your turn.
Where's that? Oh. Okay, that's not what I wanted
Jerk
to do.
move.
I know. Not the nicest.
I take 5,
3,
right? So I go
4.
Go to 21. All right. Cool. All right. So, ow. So this looks like I'm going to run behind this kind of outcropping here and fire on the first scab
Oh, there's
right
zombies.
there. Zombie, sorry. The first zombie right there with my longbow. Because I don't want to use Hunter's Mark just yet, because I get 2 shots at that, and these are just zombies. 10 to hit,
Yes, it's
7 damage.
okay. And you fire an arrow, and unlike the giant scab, this one seems to take more damage as soon as you shoot it. You hit one of its arms, and it seems like you broke it.
Cool.
And now it's like just has its one limb dangling uselessly as it starts to move forward. It is now the zombies' turns, and they move forward as much as they can. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they groan as they move towards you.
Great.
Yeah.
This was the goal.
This is what we were aiming for.
Yep.
And that's it. Now it's Valvius' turn.
All right. I will step up into the mass of zombies
Into this square here.
Step up to the plate.
Nice.
to protect poor Jareth here, who didn't know what he was getting himself into. And I will face the zombie in front of me, or I guess to the left here on the board. And I will swing my warhammer at it. 7.
7 to hit?
7 to hit.
Uh-uh.
I rolled pretty low.
That's not enough. You're in a huff. Your back is a little bit spazzing out, and you just swing a little bit too wide.
It's still a little dark. My eyes are
Yeah,
adjusting.
Your eyes are adjusting. Exactly. All right, it is Tristan's turn.
All right.
Unless you want to do something
gonna-
else.
Me? Valvius.
Oh no, I'm done.
Okay.
So I'm going to follow Valvius' lead. I'm going to run up and pull out my rapier, and I have advantage on this since I'm within 5 feet of an ally.
Well, you don't have advantage, but you qualify for sneak attack.
Oh, that's what it was. I thought that... Yeah, okay, so sneak attack because of that. So, rapier within 5 feet, so... 18?
18
Cool.
does hit.
Alright, and then that's with sneak attack. So, I rolled a 1 and a 2.
11 still.
Yeah.
11's still
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You stab it in the back, and you seem to really hurt it. You got a good thrust there, and it's still standing, but it looks like it was definitely harmed by that, and it's limping.
Alright. I think that's all I can really do for now. I could use my cunning action to disengage, I guess. But I've used most of my movement, so... Yeah, I think I'm done.
Okay, and then it is the skeletons in the back. They move a little bit closer, and they fire arrows, both at Tristan. The first one fires and misses. The second one fires and hits.
Boo.
Hits you in the side, dealing 6 piercing damage.
Ow!
Yeesh.
And that is their turn, and then it is Siglinda's. And the fighting rages on around you.
All right, I'm bringing down some sacred flame on this.
Okay. Zombie will dexterity check. Nope. All right. This zombie.
No, the
This
middle one.
zombie. Okay.
Yes.
And holy flames engulf its body temporarily, and it singes it.
It is radiant damage, if that matters.
I didn't check. No,
Okay. All of this has been radiant.
it does not. All right.
Okay. It matters for, like, I guess, wraiths. and
Specific
stuff,
types, I guess.
so.
All right. And do you do anything else?
Nope. I'm gonna take the... Oh, no, it's an action. No, I'm just gonna stay out of the way and try not to get hit, but also be able to rain holy fire down from
Okay.
above.
So the battle continues to rage around you. Cathar's militia locked in combat with other skeletons, other zombies that have already moved through the breach, and they're trying to hold their own as best they can. It is now time for Valvius. Please roll 2d6. Let's see which 6s or 5s you get.
Double 6.
Whew.
Don't get a
Whoa.
one
Whoa.
until I got
Nice.
Oh!
Whoa. Okay. And then I will roll.
Double 6s.
Ah!
Okay.
Haha.
All right. So
The tables have turned.
first a Cathar shows up and briefly attacks the zombie closest to Jareth. He goes in for a good sword thrust and stabs the beast before returning to his own foe. And he deals 5 damage to it. And then
Cool.
a clergy member, a priest, near Tristan, fighting like near the house, inside the house with a zombie, sees that he's wounded, and once she disposes of the zombie she was fighting with, she moves over and she touches him, healing him for 7 damage.
Nice.
And then she goes and joins her priest and militia brethren fighting other zombies. All right, and then it is Jareth's turn.
So I'm just gonna look to finish this guy off before I move. So I'm gonna send a shot at him. I guess. Dealing 4 piercing damage.
It takes 4 damage. You fire an arrow into its head. Now it has an arrow sticking out of its head. It's not
Still
down.
not down. Man. Alright. And then for my second action, for my movement, I'm gonna... They're pretty slow. They move 1, 2, 3, 3 spares. So I'm going to kind of move back down the stairs over to here
Okay.
to stay out of direct action.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it is Valvius'
And
turn.
then That's it, yeah.
All right.
Valvius, you're surrounded.
I will. How do you click on this? Do this. How do I highlight something?
Like, hold down.
Does it really? Oh, there we go. So the one that's about to die, I'm gonna swing at it. Hey up.
Yep, 12 hits.
Warhammer damage. 5.
5. All right, how do you want to finish it?
So I swing with the backhand, and the backside of my warhammer catches the cheek of the zombie, knocking its head off.
Oof. And as the head rolls away, it goes to the ground. Deaded. Or re-deaded.
Aha!
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's once again dead.
Oh, and I forgot that the zombies were supposed to attack. So they attack you, obviously. Let us slam. That
The
shield
armor of
man.
Avison is a mighty fine.
Oh, and your other thing is still working, right? Protection from...
Has it been 10 minutes? It lasts 10 minutes.
No.
Okay. Oh yeah.
It's
So disadvantage,
It's
please.
been like 5 minutes. Yeah, okay. So they super miss. They're just flailing. I even counted the one that already died. They're just trying their hardest to claw at you, but they're failing miserably. And then it is Tristan's turn.
Alright, so that one is dead, so the one in front of me
It's severely
is very
almost
wounded.
dead.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go after that one for now. And rapier says 7 is not fun.
7 is not enough, unfortunately. And he's
So
just
I tried
barely
to,
miss it.
Take a swing at it, and I think I'm a little distracted by, the teeming horde of undead.
The battle everywhere
Just-
around you.
Roiling around, yeah.
So the skeletons move a little bit forward then. Oh, sorry. Did you want to do anything else with your bonus action or movement?
No.
Okay. So then the skeletons fire their arrows. One fires at you, and then one fires at Valvius.
Alright, I'm gonna use protection on Tristan here.
I'm gonna use his protection.
What?
So
Oh, cool.
within 5 feet, I can impose for an ally within 5 feet.
Disadvantage on it,
Impose
yeah.
disadvantage on the archer shooting dear Tristan here.
Very cool. So it fires an arrow at Tristan, and it would hit its mark, but then a shield appears in front of Tristan and deflects the shot.
Thanks, buddy.
And then an arrow fires at Valvius and also misses.
Yay!
Yay!
If it-
The ultra
if it had been, I would have
thing.
been like, ugh. Probably should have used that shield on yourself, huh?
Alright, it's Siglinda's turn. There's a zombie swarm.
More
And skeletons.
holy fire. I'm not super excited during battle. My best move is to throw holy fire down on people. So fire comes raining down on
Ooh,
the zombies like
7.
last time.
That's a good one. Alright, so zombie makes a dex save, gets a 0, and takes 7 damage as a pillar of fire engulfs it, and it's severely burnt. But it still stands. Anything else?
Alright.
I mean, there's no benefit to me moving or anything. So, no.
Okay, top of the order. Influence dice. Tristan, can you roll 2d6, please?
/R 2d6.
Yeah.
Got one of them.
Okay.
Okay. And this time, you feel... everybody feels a gust of wind, but it's a weird wind. It's like an unnatural wind just passes by the battlefield. And materializing in front of this skeleton over here is a ghost. A ghost with a very, very distinct human body, kind of recognizable.
Is it the mayor?
And
It's
he just slams the gust of wind ends as he materializes in front of this skeleton and slams his greatsword, his spectral greatsword, into the enemy, and it just explodes in a shattering of bones and ragged cloth. The thing kind of looks like
Saint Draft?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it looks like somewhere off in the distance, and its body dematerializes, just gets swept up with the gust of wind, and it just moves over and it goes away.
But where was the angel?
Kaboom.
Fighting some other thing, probably.
All right. It is Jared's turn.
I'm
Oh, wait,
going
I
to...
got one. Sorry.
You do.
Ooh, okay. So you see in the battle, like, people are fighting amongst you, and you notice the priest who healed Tristan just recently, she gets dogpiled by some zombies, and you just see flesh just being ripped and screams
Aw.
as they fight, as the other
Sad.
militia fight to take the zombie off her.
Well, that's
Yeah.
awful. Oh, shit. Okay.
That's all.
Well, I'm gonna just jump back over this wall here and make a shot on
Okay.
this guy.
Yep, hits.
15 to hit. 11
Yeah.
piercing damage.
And that takes it down. How do you want to finish it?
I'm gonna do exactly what Tristan did before and follow the scorch marks, and just aim directly in for where the sacred flame hit him before, and end this zombie's second life.
And an arrow flies into its scorched head, and its skull kind of shatters, and some fried brain parts, fly everywhere, getting on Valvius a bit, and it goes down.
And then I'm gonna actually finish my movement over here.
Okay. Is the skeleton's turn. It fires at Jareth. If I can find it. Yes. And it hits you for 3 damage.
Ow. Okay.
And now it is Valvius' turn.
Alright. I'm going to use my Warhammer on the zombie that's in front of myself and Tristan. 12.
12 hits.
Deal 10
Nice.
bludgeoning.
That's a dead zombie.
Yeah. How do you want to end it?
Alright, I'm going to use the hook end, the pointy end of my Warhammer into the chest of the zombie. I'm going to pull it out, and as I pull it out, its heart just explodes.
Oh, great.
And there's a bloody mess as its chest cavity is ripped open, and the heart blows up.
Oh my
It's
god.
out.
I don't have a strong enough stomach for your descriptions, Richard.
A little Kill Bill fountain of blood spews out and it falls over.
This is not PG for MTG Goldfish. All right, it is Tristan's turn. What do you do?
All right, so I guess I step through that space. I don't know. Is that a good way to do it?
Still slip.
I can remove him.
Yeah, I got to get rid of the last zombie here. So I'm going to step up and take a poke with my rapier.
Ugh.
Crit miss.
Well, you have all this like gore on you. It's kind of a little bit in your eyes.
Just viscera all over my shoes.
It's not a good
Really?
day for you.
Did you have to just pull it out and just everywhere?
It's going to take a while to clean that out.
Yeah, so I'm done.
Okay. It is Siglinda's turn. There's one zombie, one
Holy
skeleton.
fire.
Ooh.
An 8. 8
All right,
damage.
It
Nice.
rolls for dexterity. Gets a 7.
Nope. Not good.
Not a very agile creature. And fire engulfs it again, severely burning it. And that was again top of the.
No killing blows for me though.
Okay, it is now top of the order. The battle continues to rage around you. Siglinda, please roll 2d6. Ooh.
Nice.
Oh,
That's for him.
That was not the good roll.
Splendid.
Okay.
Nope. Sorry, guys.
So one of the fallen zombies that was recently taken down by, I guess, Valvius or Tristan. No, Valvius. The upper half of it just latches onto Valvius's legs and restrains him.
Oh.
Oh.
And then again, another zombie kind of leaves its battle just barely, just for a moment, to go up and punch Jareth in the back of the head for 4 damage.
Stop punching me!
For 4 damage.
This is inappropriate. For how much
4.
damage? Sorry.
And then it resumes its fight with the militia.
Ow! Not
Just
cool.
keep getting hit in the back of the head for no reason.
Jareth, it's your turn.
Ow! Stop! I'm gonna draw down and try and hit the skeleton over here.
Okay.
I have faith that the law will be able to deal with the ones in front of him. 24, I'm guessing, hits for 6 piercing damage.
Yeah, it takes it, and you knock off a lot of its rib cages. It's not looking good.
Yeah.
Looks quite brittle.
And then I'm going to call for Cheddar. Just like a, come here, boy. Wave some cheese in the air.
Okay. And now Valvius' turn.
So what's going on with? So the dead zombie is grasping at my legs.
Yeah, it's dead, but you're just restrained.
Okay,
I mean, it's
but I can
undead,
still reach
dead,
this other
undead.
zombie, so I will.
Yeah.
I will swing for it with my warhammer. 19 to
Okay,
hit.
it's
Nice.
Yeah.
7.
7. And you smash it, crippling one of its legs and one of its arms in one swing. But it's still standing.
All
It's
right.
not looking good. Oh, and then I forgot it had attacks again. Gosh. This is the worst.
It's okay. You can keep forgetting those.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm okay with this.
It, 1 or 2. One will be Valvius. Okay. And it attacks Valvius. And it misses.
That would be a crit fail for these zombies, yeah.
That would be. Yeah, it fails. It just cannot get through the holy armor. It is now Tristan's turn.
All right. I swear by all that is right with the world,
Maybe
I will hit
this
you
time.
this time.
No! Nope.
You just you wipe some gore into your out of your eyes, and then more gore gets splattered
I think you might
into your
be more
eyes,
suited to a crossbow, sir.
and it's just not panning out.
And I don't even have the dice in front of me to blame. Be like, nope, you're retired for the session. We're getting a new one.
Well, I mean, you tried.
Yeah. All right. I stand there befuddled, staring at my rapier, wondering why it keeps passing by at weird angles.
As you
Just keeps going through weird holes in the zombie, but not actually hitting
Yeah.
it. Ah!
Okay, fine. As you're staring, Siglinda, it's your turn. Oh wait, no, it's the
Fire
skeleton's turn.
down.
Almost-
skeleton.
almost got
skeleton
past it.
fires at Tristan.
Oh, protection time. Huh, I use my reaction this turn.
Oh, okay. It has disadvantage.
It has disadvantage.
Yeah.
And the arrow doesn't manage to hit Tristan, especially with the shield blocking it.
Just standing there staring at my rapier. And all of a sudden,
Not even preoccupied, yeah.
I don't even care.
Alright, then it's Sigmunda's turn.
Alright, now we're gonna rain holy fire down upon him.
3.
Probably not enough to kill him, but
It's
need another 8.
I mean, it keeps failing the rolls, so there's that. You again burn it with holy fire. It's barely hanging in there. Top of the order, then.
I'm gonna shoot the skeleton in its
Okay.
face.
Good
It's
plan.
gonna
Hits.
take 4
How do you
piercing
wanna end
damage.
it?
Wow, that's a really low roll for that damage. Yeah.
How
it's
do
a
you
one.
want to end it?
Okay. I draw down on the skeleton and loose an arrow, and it clatters off the bottom of its mandible and just goes right through the neck.
Oof.
And the head comically falls to the ground.
And it goes down.
And it goes down.
Nice.
And on your turn, you hear some barking, and the
Yeah!
spectral form of
Come here, Cheddar.
appears. Like he's running over here, and then he just kind of appears beside you.
Nice.
Alright, where's the big one,
And
boy?
it like points its nose at the breach over here.
Okay, so it's just coming. Great. Thank you, Cheddar. You're a good boy. I pat him on the head and I give him like the smallest amount of
gives a
cheese that's
tail
appropriate
wag.
for a cheat.
And yeah.
Wait, didn't the skeleton die?
It's
Not the zombie.
120.
Yeah.
Skeleton die?
Oh yeah. This guy.
Well, both of them go down as 2 Cathars join the fray and just knock it down. And they cheer and they say, "All right, it's time to seal the breach. We have to make a makeshift
Oh, this can't go
blockade."
well.
And as he's saying that, and he's grabbing some of like the splinters and the wood, you hear a tremor in the ground as moving forward through the breach, just pulling itself through the breach, is a hulking figure. Yeah. And it looks kind of like this. Boom. It looks like this. And the Cathar that was, or the militia that was trying to start to seal the blockade, a massive fist just slams down into him, smashing him into the ground, and he goes limp immediately.
Now we know where the rest of those kids went.
Yeah.
And the creature moves through the breach along with other undead pouring through. And it seems like the battle has not yet been won. And that's where we're going to end it. Tune in next time when we see if our adventurers manage to save the day or go down trying. All right, everybody. See ya. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up with the latest and greatest, click on the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to check out similar videos, click on the links here and here.